what we did. So, Bottle Oracle. Let's continue this, guys. The Bottle Oracle. Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for a little bit more Seiken Densetsu 3. We are currently level 12, 12, and 12. Because this is not a speedrun, we don't want to have anyone die. We also have proper equipment for hopefully everybody. We have Kevin in the lead because we're really strong, and we wanted to do the, well, final storyline that I have not done yet. So this has been about 4 months since April, since I last played this specific playthrough. Let's continue this finally, because that is still on my table that I want to finish. So next up, we just learned from the tomato guys that the volcano is going to erupt very soon, and we probably want to get off the volcano island before anything bad happens. So they gave us the hint that we should go up and somewhere find an entrance to the cave somewhere on top of the mountain. And ask the turtle for assistance. So, as you can see, those birds just transform from their egg form into mature enemies. You can straight up kill them if you deal enough damage to them individually. And it turns out to be daytime or not. Kevin is transforming back and forth from werewolf. I'm not. That's a little bit strange. Either way. They also power our defense down, so they actually tend to deal a bit more damage. And the way up is the correct way to go, so I'm going to the left just to see what's over here. And it turns out to be just a screen full of enemies that we don't really, well, have to defeat. Nice. Welcome, Go Girl Anime, and well, I hope you enjoy your stay. So I'm not entirely sure how much I explained during my playthrough. I'm mostly using just kind of techniques when I try to finish off enemies. And I'm also using a little, let's say, speedrun method of trying to attack quicker with Kevin by just hitting the A button and then quickly hitting the R or L button right after. This basically transfers the cooldown of the attack that I would have from one character to the next one, and I get to attack a little bit quicker again. Although sometimes it bugs out a little bit, because that's not quite the intended interaction, and Kevin gets controlled by AI controlled characters instead. But also the run actually does decent damage, that's pretty nice. We win, we don't get any items, that's okay. Maybe we should have made it nighttime, so Kevin would be stronger, but on the other hand, he does not have to transform, so he actually disposes of enemies initially anyways a little bit quicker. There was an enemy hidden behind that area. He transforms, and by the way, in case anyone is wondering, as soon as enemies transform from one enemy to the next one, they regain their full health, so yeah. Also, I really like how this looks over here. It's kind of... this world feels so alive. It's pretty fascinating to me. You hate cockatrice? Well, those here, I'm not sure they even can turn you into stone, but ordinarily, birds like that tend to turn you to stone, and in Seeker of Mana anyways, they reduce your HP by half if you get petrified. I'm not sure about this game here. So, we have arrived at the top of the mountain. Nice view, but we actually need to find a cave, and it turns out you need to interact with this stone over here, and then ask what or gnome for assistance. Ahaha! Look at this! Is the entrance to a cave! Just give me a second. All clear! Also, I apologize if you do not remember any of the voices that I did, so I hope they are fitting at least. Seashore Cave. Alrighty, and here we have Paku and babies, which I believe are the green ones. I'm not entirely sure what the other guys are. Ooh, Charlie levels up. Charlie gains more spirit, so she will cast stronger healing spells. And preferably you cast a healing spell on yourself so you don't die. So now, oh, Pumpkin babies are those little guys over here, I guess. That makes more sense. And they transform into Pumpkin lizards once they take enough damage, or if we manage to kill them before that, well, they don't transform. And as usual, if enemies transform, they just regain their full health, so yeah. They don't give a whole lot more experience if they... Oh, that one's straight up died. If they transform a little bit more, but it's usually not really worth the effort. So, those other green guys are called Podos. And, well, we earlier did get access to an item that is called Podos Oil, that is basically a heal everybody as an item in item form, which is really, really powerful. Especially the more powerful the further you get into the game. And naturally they tend to heal all of their allies once they take a certain amount of damage. But overall, it's quite fine. Hey, the run levels up and he can increase his strength, so let's just do that. And we continue running into the cave, trying to find Booskaboo. At least that's the idea. Boom. Alrighty. I think 2 of them died, and... No, actually the other one transformed into a lizard as well. Charlie actually does not do that much all things considered. Victory. No chest? Oh, we get a chest for once. Here, Charlie can open it. And we get a round drop. A little bit of candy for us on our journey. I just walked back up for no reason. So, moving on. By the way, casually, generally it is recommended to just fight enemies in every screen. Not just because they give experience, which is definitely very useful, so you don't get overrun by really powerful enemies later, but also to a reasonably large extent... Oops, Charlie? Oh, Charlie dead. Let's reset the screen so Charlie's alive again. To a reasonable extent also because... sometimes passages only open when defeat the enemies. So, for anyone who has not seen this before, this is the fan translation for Seiken Densetsu 3, which means this is not an official translation by any means. So, any translation that may look a bit weird is very likely just that. A little bit weird, but probably very lovable and treated with the best intent. So round drop being candy in a sense from Seeker of Mana is probably more of a literal translation. Although, once again, I just love how this area looks here, it's really nice. All the waterfalls, I wonder where the water comes from anyways. From the big chasm here, who knows? Also, those tomato guys, they tend to heal allies if you let them, but they don't have a whole lot of health and also really low defense, so taking care of them is pretty simple, all things considered. So here we heal Charlie again. That paint fight was epic. It was. I agree. That was pretty fascinating. Boom. Oh. Hotiron decided to do 4 times attack with his special. That's a lot of damage there. Good job, Duran. And you get to open the chest. And hopefully I get lucky. Poison Cloud. Obtain Mysterious Seed. We can plant that. And unfortunately, Poison Smoke just deals poison damage to everybody, which that's a good chunk of health, really. Not too bad overall, though. Since we have little Charlie who can just heal us back up. Let's continue through this cave. This is actually, oh, a trap room. So we can only continue, or we can get back once we defeat the enemies here. So, I'm not entirely sure what my original plan was for chop changing the characters, but I guess I will figure that out on the fly. We are still reasonably far away from chop changing anyway, so it's alright. Okay, those are dead. Charlie gets eaten. Preferably Charlie does not die there. I let her heal herself, and then probably also heal up to run. Oh hey, come on, healing it. Hey Atheist, how are you doing? Go for the run. And I think... oh, Charlie has no longer any magic points left. Too bad. So we will have to start using items in case we want to heal ourselves. But we shouldn't be too far away from another... well, healing station, really. We are all level 13, which is nice. We get 1 more point in vitality, so we take less damage, have more maximum health. Overall, vitality is really good for our characters. As opposed to the other stats, which are often very useless. Hey, another chest. And we get a round drop, put it into storage. You know what? Let's just use that round drop here on Kevin. He is hungry for some candy. Throws it into his mouth, somehow. And moving on. Boom. Alrighty. That's a good attack by Kevin, just basically destroying most of the enemies there. Gonna defeat the 2. Do we get a chest? Nope, no chest. Let's see if... oh, there's nothing on the left. You can only go to the bottom. Oh, Charlie, don't do that. Charlie's technically still alive. Usually when it's 1 HP, you're not really alive anymore, so that's kind of curious. Oh, never mind. Bye-bye, Charlie. But it's alright. We just move on. You can stay over there to run. It also means we throw a candle in Charlie's mouth. Hopefully she won't die that quick anymore. Because this is going to go on for a little while longer. Until we can get healing spells again. Not too bad. Pakun baby, Podos. Entire field of enemies still. Okay, Charlie really did not like those guys. He decided to combo them a few times. Pretty good. Oh, and we spawned the Mama Poto. Mama Potos can only spawn if there are not 4 enemies on screen. And interestingly enough, a Mama Poto can then spawn sequentially a Papa Potos. So Mama Poto oil is not particularly good, although that's just exactly what we got. I mean, it's not terrible. It removes all status effects from your entire party, but all things considered, that is also not all that great either. Alive, exhausted. I'm doing quite well. Thank you, Atheist. Alive and exhausted, I see. Well, I hope it's not too bad for you. You'll do run. And moving on. Let's see what's over here. I know this is not the way to go. I was just curious what's in here, and it looks like it's just a little dead end. Those pillars look not terribly stable to me anyways. And we get to a staircase. Oh, and apparently it is nighttime now. Poor enemies are going to get destroyed here by Kevin now. Because his regular attacks deal 72 damage now, which is the amount of damage he did before with, well, his special move. At least if he gets hit by anything, so he gets enriched. And there's our healing statue. So that's a nice, basically a halfway point through the cave. From here, there aren't many branching paths, which I'm pretty sure all lead into dead ends. Also, you don't necessarily know where to go, unless you actually defeat all the enemies. Because if you defeat all the enemies in this room here, specifically, you do actually end up gaining entrance to the next screen. So I deliberately actually got myself hit there. So Kevin would get the enrage effect going. So I would be able to hopefully kill both enemies over there in one swing, but that didn't quite happen. Let's see what's down here anyways. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a dead end. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot to explore in this game. It's just kind of, well, dead ends and the correct way to go. That's pretty much it overall. So for anyone who does not know, Kevin actually has two parts to his werewolf transformation. He also only transforms into a werewolf when it's nighttime. Naturally, I guess. And when it's nighttime, he transforms into a werewolf. Ooh, he can get more spirit, more healing power. He transforms into a werewolf. Mysterious seeds, we can plant those. He transforms into a werewolf and increases his stats slightly, overall increasing his strength, his defense, basically his entire cactus is a bit stronger. And then if he gets hit by anything, including healing by your own ally, even if he's not damaged, he basically gains a strength buff. It's the exact same as if I were to use... I wonder whether I have bought some of those more vitality for the run. I wonder whether I bought those. Okay, let's see. I did buy them. So, growth rate scales are the equivalent of what Kevin gains for a strength boost. In fact, it's the exact same. It does not stack with Kevin's enrage. And I guess I'm using those skills for generally the run, since Kevin naturally just gains the power anyways, unless he's in human form. Sonny needs to heal herself. That guy is defeated. I hope you get your new microphone today. Well then, good luck with that, and I hope it's a good one. I guess those guys have about 100 HP. Oh wow. The run took so long, it spawned the mama potos. Boom. I mean, it's nice to give more experience. So that happens. I love Kevin's walk animation, by the way, just kind of... bump, 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 bump. It's pretty fancy. So, up and down left are dead ends, so we go just straight to the left. That was a pretty quick fight there. Kevin decides to just destroy those poor enemies. Also interesting enough, when Kevin is transforming into werewolf, he is actually immune to damage for a brief period, or any form of enemy attack, except for spells, I guess. So transforming him in front of enemies is actually worthwhile, since as soon after he transforms, he will initially do one attack. At least if you're controlling Kevin directly. I'm not sure about air controls. And there we go. More enemies defeated. Down there is another dead end. We go to the left. And here we have another little statue. We are not going to save here. It is really not far from here. And I'm doing quite well with this, thank you. Sorry for responding a bit late. I need to get used to seeing again when I have the opportunity to respond in this game here. Oh wow. Akun decided to cast heal. But for him it was too late anyways. For his buddy, he survived a little bit longer, but not long enough I guess. Come on, Duran, here. We have an enemy for you. Or not. Duran decides to get stuck over there, that's okay. Oh, and Kevin levels up some more. So we actually increase Kevin's intelligence now, because if we use elemental weapons on Kevin, that will benefit him and improve the power of elemental weapons. And we are trapped! Oh boy. Hey, good morning, Zestus, how are you doing? And who is that guy? Who? I am Jagad. I have come to follow through with the Dark Princess prophecy to end your lives. What? Dark Prince? Who? I'd tell you, but you're about to die anyway. This volcano will erupt at any minute. Whoa. Gar! Volcano erupting! Oh. Hello. This amazing turtle is... What's that? Trying to save us? Uh-huh. And this amazing turtle is called Boozgaboo. I love you. And the volcano explodes, but thankfully we are just on Boozgaboo's back. He's a gigantic turtle question mark with a turtle shell like a backpack and a beak like a bird, and he has a flag on his back, a shell. He's awesome. I love Boozgaboo. Hi, greetings, Gentle Bears, Don Veneer and Leon Knight Fury. Hope you guys are doing well. He also transports us straight over to this city over here. I think that was Palo. I'm not sure about that anymore. Could be Basil. And Boozgaboo saved us. Thank you very much, Boozgaboo. You save us. Thank you. He doesn't just bring us back to land, away from the volcano. He literally just brought us all the way to where we want to go. He's really awesome. We go back to Forsida. Ask about other mana stone. He'll try again and again, maybe someday. And we're back on the Golden Road, where there are enemies that are really weak, and we don't really care much about them. So we are back in the free city of Maya. Oh, that's entirely different. Either way, we go back to Forsina, where we will meet up with the king. We have actually no clue where to go now. But I'm sure the king of Forsina has more information for us. Wind okay, direction check, destination Forsina. Ready for launch? Yes, indeed. Ready for launch. Right, he was French. Boom! Bon voyage! And we land right in the castle courtyard. So this time, Bon Voyage actually managed to... Grassland's country for Sina. Managed to fly us to the correct place, and, well, here we go. We just walk all the way to the king now. Maybe he has something new to tell us? By the way, I'll just assume I interact with all the NPCs in these areas that we've already been in. Probably, maybe. Oh well. It's been a while, 4 months. Hello! Let's talk with him. Hey Bob. Rumor has it that the energy has already been released from the Mana Stone near Altina. We must hurry! Oh. Oh, that's actually interesting information. I did not realize that. So basically the Mana Stone near Altina is the Mana Stone from Andini. We don't know that actually. Hang on. He will just tell us about it. You have returned. You are the spirits of light, earth, wind and darkness. You still have 4 more to retrieve. I'm counting on you. You're still on a journey to retrieve the mana spirits to open the gate to the Mana Holy Land. The Mana Stone of Water is in Altina, in a cave south of the snowfields. You'll find Andini there, but be careful, the stone's energy has already been released. So it's not just a rumor. Which also means there could be something dangerous over there. South of the desert of scorching heat lies the Valley of Flames. There you'll find the Mana Stone of Fire and its guardian spirit, Salamando. What's that place? Southeast of here, you'll find the Moonlight Forest and the Mana Stone of the Moon. The Beastmare are inhabiting that area, and are quite strong, so be prepared. Hey XF, how are you doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. The Mana Stone of Wood is in the Forest of Wonder, but it's inaccessible by land. South of that is the Lampflower Forest, and the elf village Dior. The Fairy King lives in Dior. He knows more about the Mana Stone. Well, we know where we want to go. The giant turtle that carried you from Buka is known as Booskaboo. Booskaboo, I love you! He normally doesn't interact with people, but perhaps he knew you were chosen by the fairy. I have a flute that was once used to summon Booskaboo, but it hasn't been used for ages. But now, if you go to the beach and play the flute, he should come. Go now, take it. Hey, that's awesome, thank you. Obtain the Pihiara flute if we... I'll keep this here until I have your room. Yep, we don't have enough space. So let's actually put some stuff into our bag. So, we probably put the Poi Poi grass into our storage because we pretty much will... We have Charlie for status recovery if we need it, so we can just do that. We have a few magical ropes. We probably will rarely use them. There's one instance coming up that I can think about. We have a storm coin. Interesting. Bullet scale, brick scale, polo oil, popcorn chocolate, those are fine. Alrighty, let's get the flute. Obtain the Bihiara flute, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we can summon Booskaboo and ride him wherever we please on the overworld. More specifically, we are still limited to water and being able to land on beaches, but hey, that is why there are beaches everywhere in this game. You can land pretty much in any place. Like Gothic? More like Goth, not Gothic, the game. Hello! My brother's cannon is all set up. Are you ready to go to Maya? Yes indeed, let's go back. Thank you, good sir. Let's fly! Whee! Grofty? I have no idea what a grofty is, to be honest. I still love that Kevin just lands on his feet, because why not? Free City of Maya. We are back, and we just kind of... Yes, we go to either the desert, the forest, the Moonlight Forest, or the Elven Forest, I guess. Those are two different forests. We can also go to the desert, where Salamandor resides, and those kinds of places. Those enemies are pretty weak, so we don't really bother with them anymore. Let's just go to one of those places. Cats always land on their feet, and so do beastmen. Chill in graveyards? I don't know about graveyards. That would be news to me. So, either way, we now have access to Booskaboo with really awesome music, and he looks cute. His eyes just kind of go wee wee. If you like Booskaboo. Also, while we are on the overworld here, the day-night time advances way faster. So we are basically just sitting here on Booskaboo's shell, not even knowing where to go for a long time. And here's a beach over here. Let's just go there. What do we have here? It is the Island of Oblivion. Huh, what does that do for us? There are mana statues here. Hello? We cannot save here, that does not work. And currently there's nothing for us to do here, it seems. So let's go back. So to explain that, Chaos Kitty, the Yagagov thing came first into existence when I painted my fingernails black for losing the first Rip Runners event, so to speak. And well, since then the Yagagov thing was just kind of a bit of a joke, and this time it's going to be, let's just say, a more complete monster rather than just the fingernails. Because this time, well, I lost another one. And that's going to be a thing. Going to be curious how that turns out. So, also, ladies and gentlemen, we have this one. If I press the A button, this happens. And Booskaboo decides to just honk. Oh well, let's just go to the next beach. Where can we go here? So I believe this is where Diore is, or the Lampflower Forest. A strange plant blocks your way. I don't like the look of this. Let's go someplace else. Apparently the fairy is scared of some plants and we cannot go into the Lampflower Forest yet. I have to be honest with you, Chaos Kitty, I don't know enough about that scene whatsoever to make correct assessments about that, but just, I guess, that direction. So, for reference, it turns out despite the king mentioning 4 places, we can actually only go to the desert or the frost country. I am actually going to go to the frost country first because we are just over here. And we have arrived. Here's also where we get new equipment actually, which is brilliant. I see, interesting. Hello, sir. It stops here, Snowfield is just south of here, but there's a colony of monsters there now. Oh, I see. So this is the hometown of Angela, the magician, who we did not pick at the beginning of the game. Hello. The magic kingdom of Altina is west of here, beyond the sub-zero snowfields, so that's where Altina is, the people that invaded Forsina. When you plant a seed in the pot in the inn, it grows instantly. Well, that's a pretty fancy pot. Let's get some new equipment here. Greetings, sir. Welcome. So we get a plate mail for Duran, 9 more defense. We get a cape for Charlie, 7 more defense. And we get a protector for Kevin, 9 more defense. So Charlie really does not have much defense in comparison to the others. This guy here sells us some more basic supplies. Let's just stock up on chocolate. And maybe we want to get magic walnuts now that we use our healing a bit more. Let's just put some in our storage, I guess. Maybe I should use the earth coin. Or you know what? Can I sell the earth coin? No, I need to take it out of my inventory to sell it. So the Dreamsea herb might be useful, so I put it into my inventory, I guess. And oh, we do have the storm coin here. Storm coin would be useful very soon, actually. Let's keep it. Hello. Is it the Snow City, Elrond? That's nice. Let's go to random houses like true RPG players. Hello, who are you? I'm hungry. I'm sorry, I'm not food. I don't know how many times Grandma has to eat before she's full. Wow, always hungry it seems. Enjoy your coffee, Steph. Hello. I only have one child, and I can't help but wonder if I'm spoiling her. Mama, over here! Kind of sounds like it, yes, probably. I can't help but notice that there are no men in this country so far. Are there? There's old men and young boys, but nothing in between. Hello. There's more and more icebergs every day. I wonder when the next ship will be able to arrive. I guess there was a lot of ice around the area. And here, by the way, those pots here, we can plant the mysterious seed, and it grows into an angel's grill. Interesting. So you do plant seeds, and they grow into fairies and angel's grill and stuff like that, apparently. Another angel's grill here. That's very nice. So, greetings, sir. You will be staying with us tonight. The price on the 20 look. Sure. Let's go. Should I wake up in the morning or the night? Let's go in the morning. Because it will probably become night by the time we need it night, so that should be fine. Hey, Razar, how are you doing? How's it going? Let's save. Is there anything else in the inn that could be interesting? Nope, that was pretty much it. Hello. What? No more ships are coming? I guess so. Hello, sir. How are you doing? And do you have any weapon for us? Let's buy Bastard Sword for the run. That is 13 points stronger. A new weapon for Kevin. Only 11 points stronger, but he attacks twice. And the Duck Iron Ball? That sounds like a weird weapon. Oh well. Let's equip everything, because otherwise I might forget if I don't do that now. So, alrighty. We get the Fiend's Claw for Kevin. We equip the Protector that we just got, and then we go on to the next one. We unequip the Steel Maul and get the Duck Iron Ball, whatever that means. Put on the Velvet Cape. And here we get the... oops. The Bastard Sword. And the Plate Mail. Everybody is better equipped now, so let's go. Hey RPG chick. Yes, I agree. Those rabbits are amazing. I love the picture. They're just kind of sleeping. Those are baby rumps. Baby rabbits. The rump pile. A pile of rumps. Hey, there's an old man. Oh, he already talked to him. That's okay. Do the graphics look different, or are you just blind? Different than what, if I may ask? Greetings to you, Ether Hunter. It should be the same. Hello. You must be cold dressed like that. Stay here and warm up for a while. Well, I guess we didn't really dress for the snowfields. Well, we did just buy equipment, so it should be fine. Hello. Go west through the sub-zero snowfield and they'll come across a maze of ice. I hear the Queen of Reason gets her magic energy from a mana stone located there. Can't read that note. Hello. Funny, Elrond used to be a warm-tempered place like Galtina. Thanks to the Queen's magic, now it's back to cold again. Has she abandoned us? Oh. Right, the Queen's magic used to heat up everything up for some reason. Or well, make it inhabitable. No city, Elrond. Well then, let's actually just go through the snowfields and see where we arrive. And I love the music here, it's so good. Last few times you watched this play, I'm not sure. Acid bubbles? Rump. They also gave about 10 to 12 more experience than the previous enemies, so The difficulty also here ramps up quite a bit, all things considered. But it's really nice to get decent experience for once, to say the least. Any chest? No chest here for us. Let's continue. And we are trapped! Oh no! So, for reference, ladies and gentlemen, I do know where to go through. But I also know there is the castle of the Snow Queen, or well, the Queen somewhere in these areas that you can get to. I'm just curious in which direction that would be. So, fun fact, if you start the game with Angela, you start, well, in the Snow Queen's castle, or Queen's castle, naturally. And interestingly enough, at some point you just kind of escape the castle and land in the snowfields. And there you end up being pitched against enemies like those here, that are actually really strong, way too strong for a level 1 character, especially one that has no magic and nothing else going for her. And interestingly enough, you can technically beat some enemies, but you are definitely supposed to just kind of lose, so to speak. Because if once you lose and pass out against the enemies, they will send you to Elrond in the city there, which is interesting. So let's see what's in this chest. Obtained an ice coin. That's pretty neat, actually. Ice coin basically uses, well, base level magic for ice. It can target a single enemy or multiple enemies. Based on our intelligence, it gets stronger or weaker. And we're trapped again. Oh no! Also, enemies are about level 17, so we start falling behind further and further in levels, I guess. So, unless I were to go back and forth, or just deliberately go into trap areas like this one, we will probably go further and further behind in levels, but I think that is okay. Because we don't need to worry about that too much. So, by the way, I love this little Christmas tree here. Just kind of, it's glowing, it's a Christmas tree! It looks actually really sweet. I love the music, I love the visuals, it's a really nice environment. To the right is another trap, by the way. Or a dead end. It might be both. Well, traps are usually dead ends. Not always, as you will soon see in this area specifically, actually. But let's just continue here. We can't wait for the crossover event. Moonbros and Rip Runners, it's going to be very interesting. We're actually doing a test run sometime, I think this week? This week or next week. So maybe I can tell you more after that. Maybe not, we'll see. We hope Genia's internet holds up. Yes, I definitely agree with that. I really hope Genia's internet is going to be fine. Arrows. Poo-poo grass, we don't like that. Arrows are going to be a bit annoying, but not nearly as bad as the poisoned. So that's alright. And here, trapped. With a little Christmas tree, and there's a weird gargoyle statue up top. I'm not entirely sure what's up with those gargoyle statues, to be honest. Either way, we know that the energy of the mana crystal of water has been released already, which is also presumably the reason as to why everything is cold now, despite apparently the Queen's magic usually keeping the area warm. And Duran levels up. Once again I give him intelligence, in case he wants to get... elemental weapons, he will be stronger thanks to them. And Charlie increases her intelligence actually. That way the coins we will throw will be stronger. Because Charlie will throw the coins to invoke the magic of them. I also see that I actually used to level Charlie's strength, so she deals a bit more damage, which is definitely a reasonable decision as well. It just kind of, I figured, we do have a magic coin, so might as well take advantage of that. A race where chat can donate to Riprunners. I don't think it's a donation event this time around. This is basically, to my knowledge anyways, just for fun. It is basically team versus team. Twitch team versus Twitch team. Riprunners versus Moon Bros. I am part of the Riprunners, so is background guy, Rayquaza, Uncapable, and this Woogie. And the other ones are going to be Almagus, Genya23, Voltus. Who else? Big Fong Balls, High Spirits. I'm not sure how many more Riprunners there are. There are also honorary Riprunners, in the sense that are just kind of always in the same team as well. Yes, it's supposed to be fun. Oh boy, here we have a wizard. He is casting a spell, Fireballs. So, wizards here have a 1 in 3 chance to cast a spell at us the moment we enter or their reach, so to speak. In theory, we can defeat them before they complete casting the spells, but in most cases it's actually impossible to reach them before that happens. So, well, we just kind of try to get through, I guess. Boom, more chests. And that could be another... Oh, it's a Litecoin from a Mama Potos. So I believe a Litecoin from a Mama Potos is actually the rare drop, so we got really lucky there, in a sense. Charlie actually does a lot of damage with the Litecoins, because the Litecoin's damage is defined by spirit rather than intelligence. It's the basic level magic, light magic, so there's that. So if in case we meet an enemy that is basically dark element, Charlie can just throw that coin and deal a ton of damage. I see. Fair enough. And we increase more strength for Kevin, so maybe we'll see more damage now. Kevin is going to be a real monster. Well, he is already a monster, at least at night, where he's a werewolf. Other than that, the run can actually keep up surprisingly well with him. Another trap, another luck. Day for a chest. Paco chocolate, and then we have an ogre box. Ogre box. Angry! Attack power up, and it didn't help him. Fun fact, you can get more chests from chest trap boxes, which is interesting. So that guy should be dead. Kevin might be dead soon as well. Nope, he's still fine. Alrighty, moving on. And there's more enemies up there, which means there's a way to get up there. Well, let's actually check what's up there. And the wizard casts more spells on us. This is the base level dark spell. And the kind of dark magic is kind of like light magic in that its power is increased. Oh, Charlie does not have any more MP. Its power is increased based on your spirit rather than intelligence. So let me get into my inventory real quick and get the Dreamsea herb out of here, because it's going to be nighttime anyways for now. We get the magic walnuts, so Charlie will be able to cast more spells for us. Magic walnuts recover only 20 MP, but that should be sufficient, I believe. And yes, it's dawning already. Charlie, would you do us the honor and heal up Kevin before he dies, preferably? You still miss Yakuka. Me too. The next emo threshold is kind of far away by now. Because of the schedule change, we don't have quite as many subscribers anymore, so we will need to catch up on that again. But that's alright, we will get there. Also, those wizards here get 74 experience. That's actually more than double the experience from the previous area. I did not realize it was that much. Those wizards seems quite worthwhile to defeat. The seahorses give about 60 experience. So where do we arrive here? Magic Kingdom Altina. So this is where we get to Altina. The castle gate is shut tightly. And you cannot get in here. Not anytime soon. Not with our storyline, anyways. So we go back to the snowfields. So Charlie, open up the box. Pumpkin chocolate. Alrighty. More chocolate for Charlie. And now we are werewolf again, just in time. Dreams the herb, in case anyone is wondering. Turns night into day and day into night, in case we want to have one or the other. And it might be useful at some point, but for the most part I will try to keep the timing appropriate for when we get into boss battles. And as you may have guessed, boss battles are coming up very soon. So that is what I wanted to see here, Altina, the castle. Let's just move on. By the way, level 18 is getting closer and closer, is what I would like to get in order to change jobs. So... oh. An exit opened up after we were trapped. In fact, 2 exits. So level 18 should be reasonably soon. At least that's the theory. And thank you for the host RPG check, I appreciate that. Duran just decides to hit him through the wall. Duran is really strong. He hits him just straight up through the wall, I guess. And Charlie too. Wow. Well, that poor guy didn't stand a chance. Alrighty. Here's another healing statue, which we definitely don't want to miss before we go into the left side. And greetings to you, Ether Hunter. How are you doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing well. And, well, the run just walks. It walks why? Fine.
Hey, him! The Black Knight we seen before!
When he tortured Sylph and summoned Senker. Darkside Knight.
Give up. We're already well on our way to entering the Holy Land. And the Sword of Mana will be a sacrifice to our great leader, the Dragon Emperor. The Dragon Emperor? My father died to defeat the Dragon Emperor years ago. What? Wait a minute. Are you Duran? Huh? How did you know my name? Who the hell are you?
And he just goes away. And summons machine golems. So those machine golems are actually pretty strong, to say the least. I am going to increase defense here, at least on Charlie, so she will not immediately die. And then we start hitting those machines. So those machine golems are kind of, very much like the other machine golems, that they can end you extremely quickly. They are a pretty tough bunch. They are weak to lightning though, or wind element for that matter, which is why I kept the wind coin in my inventory. However, I'm not sure they will counter with magic if I throw a coin at them, because that is actually what enemies do sometimes. Let's use a storm coin on one enemy. On this guy, that seems to be doing that soon. Throw the storm coin. Boom, 120 damage. I mean, it's not all that much. Explode! So that could have been just one of them counter-attacking the coin, or it could have been... Alright, he won that. Nice. Or it could have been them just casting the spells naturally. So those golems are magical golems, kind of like before, and they just love power casting. Let's give strength to Charlie, so she will have more things to do here. So far, those golems, they love using spells, and those spells are really, really strong. And that's why, or when we want to use a Polar Soil. Because Polar Soil can hit all allies and just heal everybody. That is basically like a heal spell, just that can be targeted on everybody. Which is, by the way, something Charlie will be able to learn later. So we don't need to worry about that too much.
If the Dragon Emperor is alive, then my father died for nothing. I don't believe this.
The Mana Stone should be nearby. I feel a spirit here too. Hurry. And a chest? I've never seen those guys drop a chest. Obtain the round drop. Well, I guess... That's what's... Oh yeah, this is the fan translation, Ether Hunter. And here we find the Mana Stone of Water. Labyrinth of Ice Walls. This area call. We can't go into the labyrinth, so well, we are stuck with interacting with the Mana Stone. Hello! The Mana Stone energy is being released.
But what if we let them open the gate for us?
That won't work. They're releasing the energy too quickly. And that's causing a chaotic imbalance. The mana tree is about to die. The gate may open, but at this rate, there won't be a Holy Land left behind it. We can't let Altina continue with its evil agenda. We have to find the spirits.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry, we're almost there. Let's do our best to finish.
Ah.
Oh. Andini! What's wrong? Are you ill? No, that was a beautiful story. I was moved to tears. Is it? We're about to release the energy and... But hey, just because I cried a lot doesn't mean I'm weak. I can still help you. Obtain the power of Andini, and she just joined us. And Andini, the element of water, is now ours. We also reached level 16, with everybody except Kevin, and soon we will be able to change jobs. Which is what we will do in the hopefully next area. So, I healed Kevin there with timing, so his normal attacks are now enraged. Or he just generally has a strength buff now. And I can just hit those enemies with a lot of damage. We go over here real quick. We managed to defeat the machine golems, which went actually surprisingly well. But on the other hand, I also kind of know what I'm doing by now. So that helps. But still want to heal up before we go back further. So we now walk back through the ice land. And this guy really likes to hit Kevin. So the wizards usually target the character that you lead with, because that is technically the character that enters the area first. Kevin levels up in combat, which means he actually loses his strength buff from getting enraged and stuff like that. So, oh boy, Charlie's dead. So I probably want to be a bit careful here. Charlie doesn't get the experience while she is defeated, but the last enemy that we defeat, Charlie technically wakes up before it and gets the experience from the last enemy. Me making a note here, huge success. So that lizard just tried to eat something but didn't get anything. That's okay by me. And I believe those enemies don't really drop anything terribly interesting, so I'm just moving on a bit quicker than I ordinarily would. Charlie's trying to heal us here. Hopefully Charlie does not die while trying to heal. Boom. Well, she's not going to die now because Kevin destroyed everything. Will there be a cake? No, the cake is a lie. More spells thrown at us, which actually just grouped up the enemies really nicely, so I don't actually mind too much. It seems like the visits were stronger towards Altina's castle, so that might actually be coming from there, for all we know anyways. Considering that when we were in Castle Forsino during the invasion, there were visits like that as well. Well, it kind of makes sense. I wonder whether that is subtle storytelling, essentially. Evil Gate on Charlie. Charlie has a lot of wisdom and spirit, so she should not take as much damage as Kevin. Still 60? Maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe. Oh, that spell is just kind of strong. Track is so good. Yes, I agree. The good luck duck. The music is so awesome. Bonk. Ah, almost okay. Obtain Baku chocolate. Let's kill another chest here. Ogre box. Boom. Chest? Haha, another chest from the chest. And an arm drop from it. I don't think they drop anything terribly interesting. I just think that is pretty curious. That chests end up dropping chests, or maybe they transform into a chest instead. Heal yourself, Charlie. I said heal yourself. I guess she doesn't want to. And another round drop. And here's another statue. By the way, this statue only saves, but it doesn't actually heal. But I don't think I need to save for now. This area is not without danger, but because we have appropriate level and equipment, it should be no problem. Hopefully, anyways. And we are trapped again. This is the last forced encounter in this area here. We could technically just walk past everything else, but I am on my hot pursuit of level 18, so I will just take the enemies that we can get along the way. Without going out of my way, preferably. Charlie, heal. Oh wow, Mama Pop was spawned. Didn't even realize that. I don't think this game gets enough appreciation overall, and that's in large part due to it not getting a Western release. Yes, well that is pretty much the biggest part, I agree. It is a really nice game overall. It's really nice. Really pretty, sounds good, looks good. Definitely worth a play if you get the opportunity to. And here we get level 17, crawling closer and closer. At this point, the points we invested are actually not going to matter too much anymore. The reason for that is because when you class change, your points are set to a specific amount, as in your vitality, intelligence, strength, spirit, wisdom. All of those are set to whatever it might be for that class specifically, or more specifically, to the maximum of the previous class, if I remember correctly. So that means we can just distribute the points wherever we want, and the best point distribution is where it's immediately useful, like a bit of strength for Charlie so she deals a bit more damage physically, and stuff like that. Who is my lead character? Kevin. I am leading with Kevin. We are playing through his storyline mainly, and Charlie's as well, because those two are connected, and Duran is our, well, companion. The guest, so to speak. Best game? of the mana series? Interesting opinion. But that's fair. I do not blame you for that opinion. So, this is the last enemy before we get back to town. We are almost there, which is also why I didn't bother healing. We can just go into the inn and sleep right there. Alrighty, we are back in Elrond, the Snow City. And I'm actually going to go over to the desert now. And let's sleep in the desert, although that way would be way too hot for me to sleep in. It's your favorite by far, yes, as I said. I think that's a really good opinion to have. There is a lot to and about this game that is really awesome. So the world is square, but at the same time it's like a donut, so we can actually swim around. If you try to project a square world map like this to a, well, globe, it doesn't actually work. You have to use a donut shape for it to work. I'm not even joking. But either way, we loop around the world and we are now in the desert, where we get to the Sand City Sultan. This is where Hawk is from, the ninja, assassin, whatever thief you want to call him. Hello. The well hasn't been working right lately. Odd. Oh. So the weapons here are the exact same as we got in the Snow City. I'm just curious what other things there might be in those places here. Hello. Sure is hot out there. It's never been this hot before. So the desert, where even the desert people say it's hot, I would like to not be there, thank you very much. I don't like hot too much. And there's a chest in here. Obtained an Angel's Grail. Too many items, please put them into storage first. I actually was not aware that there was a free Angel's Grail in here. That's actually pretty neat. Well, I learned something. I might actually just use this on the run that I have. It's Saturday, which for me is actually the day after tomorrow, because for me it's going to be Sunday. Turtle hype, yes indeed. And just out of habit I start healing, even though as I said I wanted to go to sleep. Oh well. Hello. Ha ha ha! Little lady has something to laugh for. Hello. Okay. Wonder what the little lady is laughing about. Oh, maybe the old lady has something. Hello. The kid's parents were attacked by ninjas. They haven't been seen since. Wow, and the kid is still laughing. I guess she's too young to understand. Hello. Have we met before? Well, never mind then. I have yet to get back to work. Work. Busy, busy. Why don't you help some? Hey, little boy. This is the Sand City Sultan. Thank you. I can read. What's going on with the Navarre Raiders? Are they trying to take over the world? So this is the Thieves of Navarre who are trying to take over the world. Yes, actually that is what they are trying to do. And so, well, we are... just resting in the inn here, and now we continue. So, the Navarre Raiders, or the Navarre Thieves Guild, the Mages of Altina, and also the Beastmen from the Moonlight Forest, those are the three factions that are each individually trying to take over the world. Which one wins, or might win, let's put it that way, is defined by the storyline. This is a vendor, by the way. He sells you some good stuff, like items that you can use. Greetings, sir. Welcome, take your time. Hello. You see this entrance to the desert, right? You'd think we'd have more customers than this. Business was booming until just recently. Oh. Hello.
What a day. My ship got raided by Navarre ninjas. It's probably at the bottom of the ocean now.
That's no fun.
I'll have to get these goods to the village of Dean somehow.
I don't know I'm going to do it with it. With all the monsters and the ninjas are running around.
So many monsters lately. The desert is crawling with them.
Everybody wants to rule the world, apparently so. Hello.
At the south end of the desert, you'll find the Valley of Flames.
Alrighty, that's where we need to go to find Salamando, I think.
That's it. I'm moving out of this creepy desert as soon as I can.
Everybody's scared of the ninjas.
Have you heard the rumor about the ghost ship that sails around the island of Puka?
What? You've been on it? Yes, I have. And well, there's no longer a ghost ship, let's put it that way. It's been a while. But well, let's actually go into the desert.
The desert of scorching heat.
Where there are ducks that are attacking us. And those ducks can drop pumpkins. Those are pumpkin bombs. Those are, interestingly enough, a tree element obtain the seed. And the more dexterity you have, the more damage you deal with those bombs. Duck soldier they are called. Guys, don't get destroyed, please. Pumpkin bomb? Oh wow. We throw a pumpkin bomb instead. Which, by the way, deals 77 damage to Charlie, apparently. We probably want to heal her. Kevin gets more intelligence now. He is level 17 now as well. Just one more level on everybody. And we will finally be able to move on to the next job classes. And here we have Cockatrice. Yeah, still not stronger than before. Alrighty, actually, the desert has many dead ends and traps. There is nothing else in the desert aside from the castle area, I guess. We can visit the castle area. I actually kind of know where it is. So let's just head over there for now. Oh boy, this guy decides to not just heal, but actually attack us with some spells. Those are actually summoning spells. I believe Charlie at a higher level can learn those. I'm not entirely sure about that. Or more specifically, the different shop class can learn those. So if I'm not mistaken, the castle is just straight north from here. I am wrong. That's okay. Oh well, the healing did not exactly help them. An exit opened up, so the exit to the left just leads to further to the left, where there's actually another trapped area where you can only move to the left, and that basically leads us back where we don't want to go. We don't want to go back, we want to go forward. I like how Kevin attacks twice before everybody else attacks just once. Also, we now have those bullet enemies. Those actually have really high defense. Physical defense, but are actually some of the few enemies that are worthwhile to take out with spells if you have set spells. Path opened up. Interesting. I was actually not aware that this would happen. Let's just see what's over here. Maybe it's another trap. The desert is tricky after all. It's not a trap yet anyways. Victory! I think this might be where the Thief's Castle is located. Somewhere around here, maybe? Yeah, Kevin? Oh boy, summon machine golems. 62 damage. Good amount, but nothing Charlie couldn't just straight up heal out. But before... Oops, I hit the wrong person. That's okay. Because we defeated the enemies and interrupted the healing anyways. So, Charlie heals Kevin and Duran here. So, and this here is a high stepper. We have seen those before. We step on it and we get to see the environment. where we are now is literally just in front of the Thieves Guild castle. There is an oasis to the southwest of here that we can actually visit. And also there are the mountains or the, well, salamander place basically in that region too. That's just where we want to go. I just like those weird high steppers thingies. They are pretty cute. And they just sprung you all the way high up into there. Sand Fortress Navarre. The door is locked. Well, that's too bad. Okay, then we just go. They actually have caught up in level to the enemies here, which is curious. I guess that's what happens when you just attack everybody or kill everybody. Oh no! Don't defeat Charlie, that's rude. Charlie's a friend, not food. So, I'm just going to go more or less straight to the desert village, if I remember exactly where it is, which I believe it's further south? It's either east of here or south. Let's just go east for now. It's probably just a trap. Yeah, it's just a trap. Alrighty. Charlie, make sure you don't die this time. That would be lovely. And eventually I can heal her. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Takaze. How are you doing? Welcome to the world of the living. Hope you had some good rest. Also, isn't it really early for you? Or, well, really late? Oh yeah, I remember. The Child of Light run is currently going on, isn't it? Late about your bedtime, fair enough. Soon Charlie will be able to heal everybody in the party. So by the way, I'm actually not sure anymore what I wanted with the chop changes, which direction we want to change. So let me explain this real quick. I will give you, chat, the opportunity to tell me which direction should Charlie evolve into. More specifically, Charlie has the opportunity to evolve into a priestess or an enchantress. She's currently cleric. So to give you an idea, basically there's usually a light and a dark transformation. Light is the priestess, enchantress is dark transformation. Kevin at Duran can become either a knight or a gladiator. Knight will get healing spells, gladiator will get weapon buffs and enchants. And I believe I'm choose to go for the gladiator here, because weapon buffs, or more specifically weapon elemental buffs, are going to be extremely handy, so that's what I would like to have. And for Kevin here, we can either go become a monk or a bashkar. So ordinarily I would just straight up choose monks, because I really like monks in games, but I think this time I'm going to go for a bashkar, because this will allow us to become something that has my favorite animation in the game. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, light or dark transformation for Charlie. Feel free to choose now, and we will kind of try to evaluate that as soon as we are ready. Yes indeed, this is where the desert or the oasis is just in the immediate vicinity. I'm curious whether there's going to be new weapons or armor that we can buy here, because I don't even know that. Hello, sir. Let's go and see. Studded helm, gauntlets. I believe we already have gauntlets. Although, no, actually this is better with a headband. And also power wrist. I wonder, in Secret of Mana, power wrist increases your strength by 5. I wonder whether that is a similar thing. Either way, those items are actually better than what we have. Which is curious. I was not aware they would be somewhere like that here. So let's get head and accessory equipment for everybody. I love this game, Sliced Toast. Definitely a really good one to love, to say the least. Okay, let's equip the headband here. And the power wrist. And we have now a mock cap. Muggles! And a moon ring instead of a marble ring. And you get a studded helmet instead of a leather visor. You are boring, buddy. You get also gauntlets. The mock cap is way more awesome from Charlie. Hey, sir. Are you okay? Oh, he's just sleeping. Oh, I remember. If it's nighttime, the one shopkeeper is here. If it's daytime, the other shopkeeper is here. That's actually a pretty curious mechanic. Hello.
To west end, you'll eventually reach the Valley of Flames. The fires there have gotten really intense lately. There's more monsters too. Don't go there on Salamander's Day. On Salamander's Day, all fire-based enemies are stronger. Not that much stronger that we shouldn't go there, but they're stronger. Hello.
Do you hear the rumor? Navarre's Sand Fortress has been overrun by demons.
Yes, it has. The Navarre Thieves Guild has been attacking travelers in the desert lately. Be careful. Lady, I would like to talk to you. Can you come over here? Does that work? No, not you. Evening, sir.
Damn it! The thieves took all my bags!
That's no fun. Lady, let me talk to you. Relax, pull up a chair. You folks look like you could use a break. I kind of could. Hello, sir.
The village elder, according to ancient texts, this desert was once a lush green forest. When people began battling for control of mana, the forest withered away. This oasis is all that remains of the great forest. When it disappears, there will be nothing left.
Oh. Sounds like it will disappear. So, alrighty. Ryuk says go dark. PDX Cowbell says go dark. Chandlebar says go dark. Charlie can wreck the final boss if she goes full light, actually. Oh, really? Interesting. I don't know what full light does for Charlie. Feel free to elaborate on that, because I feel like we are going to go dark, since everybody seems to want dark. Hello. The oasis water level keeps dropping bit by bit. At this rate, all the water will disappear. Oh. So basically, message of doom. Go west and you will... Oh, that's the same message here. So where are we here, anyways? Oasis village of Dean. Oh, this is Dean. That's where the other guy wanted to transport his wares to. He apparently cannot go into this house over here. There's an inn here. And an item shop. I don't think this sells anything terribly special. Just the regular items. Yeah, just the regular items. That's okay. Turn undead on light Charlie. 1 MP for 999 damage to undead. Wow, that's really good actually. It's not so bad living with grandma. Oh. But I guess your parents are gone. Hello. Actually, Charlie, can you talk to the little lady? Papa, Mama. Oh. I guess their parents are all gone. And I guess that's that. So before we go on, I would like to... Is it nighttime already now? If it's... Yeah, I think it's nighttime because there are no more villagers around, which means there should be now the merchant here. that sells weapons instead of armor. Hello. And we already have those weapons. I was just curious about that. Okay, let's move on. So yeah, Turn Undead sounds like a really crazy spell, but, well, I guess we will go dark with Charlie. Unless a lot more people say they want to go light. By the way, it's okay if we just decide, hey, this sounds like a cool name, Enchantress, or I want to go the dark path, or I want to go the light path. All is completely fine, we don't need to worry about being able to beat the game or being strong, since this game shouldn't be too difficult for us to having to min-max everything like that. That's completely alright. To just kind of make a choice that even might be suboptimal, and I'm pretty sure everything has its ups and downsides. Greetings to you, Dark JDL. How are you doing? Okay, let's start the serve. Dark Breath, interesting. Level 9 pit bullets, almost 70 experience. I like how Trav decided to just transform back. And there's a gold bullet. So those gold bullets have really high defense, even more so than regular bullets. And trying to defeat that guy is going to take a little while, but it shouldn't be too bad overall. Especially not with Kevin's power there. And Charlie is now level 18. We get more intelligence. Keturan is level 18 as well. We get more vitality. And Kevin, hopefully, is going to become level 18 very soon as well. We should have probably rested, because Charlie's out of magic. So, for reference, ladies and gentlemen, I will not be fighting a whole lot more after we reach level 18, since you want to actually not hit level 19 before your class change, otherwise you lose a bit of the stats, which is less than ideal. Not tragic, but less than ideal. And we have actually quite a ways to go still until we arrive where we need to be. So I will just ignore a few enemies from here on. Before I do that, let's give Charlie another fairy walnut. Or magic walnut. So you heal yourself, Charlie. You heal to run, and actually we defeat those guys here. Yes, Chrono Trigger reference. With the Yaga clone there. Boom! Holy smokes, Kevin destroyed everything there. So, I destroyed the enemies here because I want to make sure that we are prepared going into the next screen. Because the next screen is actually going to be a pretty tough mini-boss here. Actually, it's more like a boss, kind of like the machine golems. And you will very, very soon see why they are so tough.
Help! Stupid girl, you're not cursed anymore, so look alive.
He's not cursed anymore. Huh.
Bill, Ben, this is your last chance to prove yourselves. Guard the entrance.
We have met Bill and Ben before. They have been worthy adversaries, and I guess this is their final stand. Something like that.
Wait! This is as far as you go. This won't be like last time. We'll show you our dark power. Fusion!
Like before, they fuse into one enemy that is really powerful by himself and will split up into two after you deal a certain amount of damage. So first of all, we increase defense on Charlie, we increase defense on the run, and we increase defense on Kevin here. The first move will be a spell. And those are just shurikens. Shurikens just deal damage. 11 damage is not a whole lot, so we are fine with this. They deal 1 damage to Duran. I think it was 30 to Charlie, so Charlie needs to be a bit careful here. In fact, let me actually just take control of Charlie and lead her away, and just let Duran and Kevin do the thing. I'm going to be a support here in the back line. So, now they already split up. So with our defense up, we actually barely take any damage from their physical attacks. And that is just kind of, I knew what was happening, so I was prepared. However, those guys can also use spells that debuff you. They only currently use Shuriken, so we get lucky, because Shuriken is essentially the weakest thing they can throw at us. Oh, they go for Charlie now. Go away. Charlie doesn't want to get hit here. The debuff, the Shurikens are the weakest things they can do. And interestingly enough, they have debuff spells that deal a bit of damage and reduce our strength, reduce our power, and use Shadow Dive. Shadow Dive is a really powerful single target attack. That was 139 damage on Duran, who usually takes 1 damage from their regular attacks. So those guys, if you're not well prepared or don't have at least decent level, with the Shadow Dive they pretty much one-shot a reasonably strong character, honestly. Which is also why I kind of want to have Charlie a bit further away here. But she can still hit them. Bam! Bam! Don't go for Charlie! Okay, I need to heal Charlie up, because if she gets targeted, she probably would get one shot. Agrees to Dark Serials. There's no timer today. No, this is not a speedrun this time around. 324 experience. Nice. This is not a speedrun this time around. We are actually just doing this as a casual playthrough, because I've never done the Charlie and Kevin story arc before. Fusion! So are there Bien now, or Bile? Bill and Ben, Bien or Bile? I don't know. Hard to ask them now, I guess. So, by the way, it's implied that Bill and Ben, this was indeed the last stand. If you have Hawk in your party, he will just kind of regret the, well, loss of his good friends and companions, Bill and Ben, since, well, goodbye, Bill and Ben. You have been worthy enemies, and you are now dead. We try to go in here, whoosh. We get thrown back. Knocked back by an explosion, so we can actually only go a limited paths through here. These other paths might open up later. This is their story. Yes, indeed. TU spam. I mean, let me ask the question again, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to go for a light transformation Charlie or a dark transformation Charlie? I've pretty much decided on the other two already, and I leave chat the option for the other one. Please vote with your voice in chat, and we try to count them. Currently it seems like most of people want dark, so that is the more likely choice if there is not an overwhelming majority that wants to have the light transformation now. So, those knights are actually really dangerous if they use their physical area of effect attack, so we kind of want to be careful around them. That's an interesting reasoning, Darth JDL. Nice. Levat says dark, Darth JDL says dark, the Drasar says dude. But Saint Saber and to you. Well, those might be good. Maybe they're not good enough. Summon the undead. So Lauren also says dark. The Drasar says light. And she says, or Kevin says, stop! Don't come any closer or the girl goes into the flames. Dart. Bonk. Hits her in the head. I see you brought company. Well, until next time. So this is Jessica. Remember in the castle where we fought the ninjas in, well, the Amazon's country, or the Amazon's castle, he asked us to not kill Bizio, which is that lady over there to the right, because they are, well, their life is tied together with Jessica, and Conk's girlfriend Jessica should hopefully not die. That was the idea, and apparently she is free from the curse now, as we just learned at the entrance of this area.
Is she okay?
The necklace is gone. The curse must have been left her weak, though. Oh, the necklace is gone. The curse must have left her weak, though. Hang in there, Jessica. Okay. I'll bring her to Dean to recover. You hurry to the Mana Stone and stop Ishia.
Alrighty, we will do that.
So, before I do that real quick, fun fact. If you just kind of slide up along the top wall here, you can interact with the Mana Stone before interacting with Bizio, and you basically get the Mana Stone cutscene twice. Just a little fun fact.
Bizio!
Ha 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 ha! The energy of the Fire Mana Stone released at last. Pity I couldn't use Jessica's soul to do it. I had to use Bill's and Ben's. Whoa, that's why she wanted? That's rude. But their sacrifices will not have been in vain. My master, my Dark Prince, the Holy Land is ours. That is super rude. So basically releasing the spell from the Mana Stones costs a soul, which is also why Angela ran away from home, by the way. Because her mother wanted to use Angela to release the power of the water's Mana Stone. Pretty rude. Just use a soul like that. The Mana Stone's energy has been released. Bizio is trying to get into the Holy Land. Just like in Altina, it seems that everyone is after the Sword of Mana. If the sword falls into the wrong hands, there would be another worldwide catastrophe. We can't let that happen. We have to hurry and find the rest of the spirits.
Hey, Salamander. I hear ya! That girl is gonna pay for what she did to my Mana Stone! Oh, I'm burning!
You seem angry about it.
Yeah, you could say it's really burning me up.
So you've decided to help us out? Thanks.
Just leave it to me.
I need to throw some hot spells at himself. Salamander's really hot-headed, it seems.
Obtain the power of Salamander.
Alrighty. And that's all we need to do here, except we are now near an Arnstone with level 18, and so we can transform. Let's go do round first here.
Let's do it. Try the class change now. Close your eyes and concentrate. Concentrate harder.
And the earth begins to shake as he is strong enough to concentrate hard enough to change his destiny.
Here we go. Choose your new class wisely. You won't be able to get back.
A knight gets healing spells. Kind of like paladins, basically. Gladiator gets access to weapon spells and also has higher strength maximum. Let's go for a gladiator. We already have Charlie for healing spells, we don't really need that. And also he has now a cool purple armor. I really like purple, so I'm good at that. The round transformed from a fighter into a gladiator. Alrighty. Next up, we have Charlie. Same ordeal. Try to claim change class now. She makes the earth tremor and shake as she concentrates as hard as she can. Seemingly without any effort, by the way. She is really powerful. And she wants to become an enchantress. We are still going with dark. And she is now in a really weird color. Charlie transformed from a cleric into an enchantress. I don't know what kind of spells Charlie learns as an enchantress. I believe it's also area of effect heal, but what else? I do not know. I would know the light one, which also learns saber for her, but we already have to run for that, so it's fine to go dark with her. And Kevin goes into his final stance here. and he makes the earth tremor and tremble as he becomes a Bashkar. Monks once again get healing access. Bashkars literally don't get any spells. Monks get access to a healing spell, single target, and also a spell called Power Point, which basically gives him werewolf power during daytime, which is pretty neat. But Bashkar overall is just way stronger in straight up physical damage output. From a grappler into a Bashkar, and now we also have new symbols or sprite art for our characters in this here. Duran, Kevin is now a Bashkar, and next he either can become a Death Hand or the Dervish. Which one? We will see. We also have Charlie is now an enchantress. She can either become a necromancer or an evil shaman. Well, I will probably leave this to chat again which one we are going to get. I don't know what either of those do, so we will see. I have also no idea whether that's her hand, I guess, in the front of her. That's weird. And Duran is a gladiator, ready for combat. He can become either a swordmaster or duelist. I have no idea about either of them. Let's rock. Okay. We use a magic rope to get back to the entrance, and we walk back through the desert. And now we will be able to access new areas. Isn't PowerPoint glitched anyway? I don't know. Energy Ball is the glitched one? I don't know what Energy Ball would do. Oh, by the way, we have now access to new techs as well. I almost forgot about that. Which also means, let me do something real quick. Oh. Let's see. More chocolate for us. I love chocolate. So, alrighty. Here we have the tech screen. We can tell the AI control character specifically to not use any text, which is the special attack that you can do after you get a few combo points. The Ashura Dream Fist or the Water Moon Slice. So, this is not terribly well explained, but the Asura Dream Fist or Ashura Dream Fist is what we do if we attack straight up with a level 4 or level 1 tech attack with 4 points, just a green one. Water Moon Slice is what we just learned now, and that is essentially the next tech slice at the text tech. However, I will choose to tell all my characters to only use level 1 techs, not level 2, and I will explain that a bit more further afterwards. So, for Charlie, she has the Bonkle, which is her basic attack, and then she has a dash now as well. I tell her to only ever use the Bonkle. Here, he has the Cross Slash or Whirlwind Sword. Same deal, I will tell him to only ever use the Cross Slash. So, alrighty. I will, however, demonstrate what each of those abilities do. I keep pressing the wrong button. Because level 2 is screen freeze and thus slow. Well, part of it, yes. So, let me demonstrate those attacks real quick. Before we do anything else, let's just charge up Kevin so he gets to the next port. He needs 7 total points. And now I can unleash my next attack here onto this poor fellow. Water Moon Slice. Whoosh. Pretty strong, 211 damage. But, at least for Kevin, his basic level 1 tech can deal more damage than 210 with just 2 attacks. It deals damage to multiple targets. And it also does not trigger counterattacks from bosses if they can counterattack. So there's actually a whole lot of downsides. The only upside of the Water Moon Slice is that it can target an enemy from anywhere on the screen, even if he is currently unable to be attacked by regular attacks. That's the only upside of that Water Moon Slice. On top of that, level 2 techs ignore your weapon saber element if you get an element on your weapon, like a water, fire, earth and stuff like that, and it just is straight up weaker in that case than a single attack from attack 1, plus it takes also longer to get. So those are the general reasons as to why we don't use tech attacks, especially on Kevin. I believe Duran is slightly better in that, and I'm not sure about Charlie. Let's see. So Charlie is fully charged up. Dash! He just dashes to one enemy. It's also single target. So she has the same issue as Kevin, essentially. Her attack is just strictly weaker than her Bonko. Well, maybe not strictly weaker, but it's significantly weaker. Let's see what we have for Duran here. Duran uses a whirlwind attack. So this is actually a useful attack, in that it targets all enemies on screen, and it also deals decent damage. So the single target attacks we will never use pretty much, but the whirlwind attack we might use once in a while, deliberately. I might by accident use those other attacks once in a while, but other than that, we will just stay away from them, really. Charlie, heal yourself, please. My microphone seems to clip occasionally again. Let me try to do stuff real quick. And no, I actually did not change any setting whatsoever. So, I'm reducing the microphone gain by 1 point here. So, let's see. Is this any better? Is this too quiet? Please give me more feedback on this, I appreciate it. Whoopsie, I just went the wrong way. It clipped when I did Salamander's voice. Oh yeah, I guess I was a fair bit louder there. I should actually try to play around with more settings that I found in OBS Studio about stuff. Maybe that will help. The clipping wasn't so bad. Did I mute my mic? I muted my mic briefly, yes. But only very briefly. It is back online. That was a deliberate mute, don't worry. I also ended up running the wrong way. I don't even know which way I need to go. Is it here? Yeah, here it is. For some reason I thought this was the wrong way to go. It was the right way after all. Yellow whip. Oh, and there is another moon water slice. I don't even know how they came up with that name. Probably just took some random monk move names or so. The clipping happened when I voiced Salamander. Alrighty. So I will try to not be quite as loud anymore. Sorry about that. The new OBS Studio update is kinda nice. It is, actually. Well, I mean, I only noticed one change. I did not read through the change log because I only opened it when I tried to actually start streaming, and so I just saw, huh, there are now those little locks on the individual thingies, so I guess we can lock things in place that are supposed to stay in place. So that could be really handy. I agree. Lots of nice little quality of life changes. What else has changed, if I may ask? Oh, we now have level 19 on our little Charlie. Let's give her more spirit. By the way, spells usually have a minimum requirement. Also, she just learned something. I don't even know what. Spells have a minimum requirement of being able to learn stuff. I'm not sure. Usually they already have the minimum requirement stats in order to get the spells. Usually. I'm not sure about Duran here. So let's give him strength, however, because strength is really good for us. Diamond Saber, one ally learned. So that means here, now we can actually target everybody with the heal instead of just one person. Heal light, and it's actually not any weaker to my knowledge. It is just a straight up heal everybody for the full amount, and there's no reason not to heal everybody all the time. And Diamond Saber gives us, well, Earth element for our weapon, so if there's an enemy that is weak to Earth, we will be able to use this. Alrighty, we are becoming more and more powerful. What system is this for? This was for the Super Famicom, or well, still is. However, specifically this version here is a fan translation, and you could get a repro card to play it on console. I currently play on emulator, however. If I do runs, by the way, I will need to ask whether I can take the console back so I can do the run that I will be doing very soon actually on console, because that is going to be, well, more convenient, especially in a game like this that tends to lag a bit on emulator. So, by the way, let me actually put the gain back up to 4 here. Or 4.1, I guess, that's okay. Oh, wow! Svinder just subscribed for 22 ROMs in a row, wow! Also, I see you got your name changed, that's really nice. Svinder, thank you so much for 22 ROMs in a row. Welcome back. I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well, I hope you're doing alright. Haven't seen you in a while, how's it going? The common argument is we got Evermore instead. I mean, it's not really comparable. Secret of Evermore I really like as a game, it's a really good game. But you can't really compare those. I would like to have both Secret of Evermore and Seiken Densetsu 3. To be fair, Japanese never knew about Secret of Evermore. So, next station we go is, unfortunately, not the Lampflower Forest. We actually go to the Moonlight Forest now, which is a pretty dangerous place. We could die really easily, so, well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Give Carly a pie. Yes, indeed. So, this thing here, a path opens up. This path only opens up after you complete the desert and the frost area. We go into the Moonlight City of Mintos. Nope, not Minos, Mintos. Charlie needs +1 spirit for her second class change. Really? I was not aware. Interesting. Duran needs +1 intelligence as a lady to get all his spells. That's good to know. Thank you, Chandlebars. So, welcome! Let's refresh our magic walnuts, because we will start using them more and more, I guess. That's that, let's move on. Tide Cola plus Mentos, I don't know whether that's a good choice. Thank you. That's actually kind of cute.
Welcome to the Moonlight City of Mintos. It's almost nighttime here.
Yes it is, which means Kevin will always transform into a werewolf, which is kind of convenient. Also, if you need to make it nighttime real quick, you can just go here real quick and go away again, and it's nighttime. It's pretty fascinating.
Woof woof.
Hello.
You're setting a good example. Humans and beastmen traveling together, working together. Maybe someday everyone will be able to live together in peace.
I like that old man. I agree with him. Oh, hi. More wolfmen.
We're pacifists. We don't want to get involved in any wars. When Altina and soldiers passed through here, they didn't give us any trouble.
That is actually really nice. Altina was here too? Interesting. I was actually not aware of that. Pacifist wolves.
Why on earth did the Altinans come here? Are they starting a war with the Beast Kingdom?
Well, everybody is starting wars with everyone apparently. West of the Moonlight Forest, you'll find the Beast Kingdom. The Beast Soldiers returned there not too long ago. Their invasion of Vendel failed. Hey, that's nice. For us anyways. I don't want to get involved because they are wolfmen. Thank you. Let's see.
I hope Daddy comes home soon.
Well, apparently there are a lot of people at war. My husband abandoned us to fight with the Beast King. What is it with men and war? Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh god. Moon is now hosting us for 6,914 people apparently. That's a lot of people. Welcome everybody. Smug raid incoming. Well then. That's a lot of people. Welcome ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a pleasant day so far over at Moon's channel. And well, hope you are doing well now. We are currently playing through Seiken Densetsu 3, that is the basically Sacred of Mana 2 for the Super Nintendo. However, this is a fan translation and we are just casually strolling through it. I am going to be doing a speedrun of that some other time, but today it's just the route of Charlie and Kevin. Kevin, our lead character here, Charlie the little lady behind us, and Duran is just kind of a guest. He is tagging along, I guess. Hello! There is a mana stone located in a moon-reading tower deep within the forest. The effects of this mana stone keep the forest under constant darkness. Oh yeah, there's that. Damn him. Ow. And greetings everybody, I hope you're having a good time.
Behave!
So yeah, please, relax, lean back, enjoy the show, ladies and gentlemen, and, well, I hope you have a good time. But, as usual, please not at the cost of others. So, we get actually new weapons here. We get a Falchion for him, we get a Keen Knuckle for Kevin, and we get a Hammer Flail for little Charlie. That means we will have new equipment. Alrighty, so yeah, welcome everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. We get a Keen Knuckle. Also, we will need to sell some equipment pieces here because, well, we don't have much space anymore in our inventories. And also on top of that, we need a bit more money to be able to afford the armor that we get. So let's also go ahead and do that. Thank you for the 100 bits, Drazar. Appreciate that. And the rabbit rums them down all over. Thank you, Doodle Dice. I appreciate it. What accent? I am from Switzerland. Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good time so far. So, let's sell some more thingies that we probably will never use again. Actually, we will definitely never use those items again. There's actually a argument to be made to keep your old armor, or the weakest armor, or the weakest weapon anyways, because there is no way to unequip weapons. And so in order for you to sell the weapon that you currently have equipped, because that is usually the most valuable one, you need to equip a different weapon, which is usually supposedly to be the weakest one, so you can sell the current weapon, which probably gives you more money than the weakest weapon. However, for a casual playthrough I don't care about that. I do care about that in a speedrun setting though, so there's that. So we could just sell our equipment here. And I'm sorry, Feetlicker Mackie, I'm not quite ready for this kind of commitment yet. Also, I would probably need to ask my lady for permission for that. So yeah, welcome everybody, hope you guys are having a good time. And I'm actually not entirely sure what else I should say, so I'm just kind of going to be continuing here. So let's buy, what do we buy? We buy new armor. Oh, apparently we also have a Mughal smock for little Charlie, which increases her defense a bit. A plate mail for... wait, we have a Lunula mail, whatever a Lunula mail is, I don't know. Beast uniform for Kevin, and well, we have now new equipment for everybody and a good chunk more money again. Thank you, Takris, I appreciate that. Welcome everybody. And make sure to equip everybody before we go into the forest, otherwise we are going to be toast very, very quickly, because the next area is not without, well, danger to say the least. What are my favorite 5 RPGs on the SNES? Well, that's a good question. I would say Secret of Mana is at the top, just because, mostly for nostalgia reasons, but I'm also speedrunning that game, and I really like that game, especially after speedrunning it. Other than that, I think Terranigma, Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, and something I forgot is up there. I don't usually have much of a top list. I just kind of, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one over here, I like this one over there. Alrighty, and we have completed our tour through this place here. Actually, let's save before we go, and wait, I just saved. Derp. Alrighty, never mind, let's just go into the Moonlight Forest, where we try to find the Mana Stone of Moonlight. And we also here encounter werewolves. So those werewolves are basically Kevin's equivalents, and they deal a ton of damage compared to previous enemies. Also compared to them, they give a lot more experience, so if you want to level up a little bit, this is actually a pretty good place. Also, if you're lucky, those werewolves can also drop you a moon coin. So what a moon coin does is kind of like the other coin thing is, it just casts the basic level moon spell on an enemy, which doesn't seem all that impressive. However, moon spells are actually kind of unusual, which means the basic moon spell is kind of intriguing in that it reduces enemies' HP by 1/5. That doesn't sound like a lot until you realize it actually works against the final boss, so you can't just straight up remove 1/5 of the final boss's HP by using a moon coin on him. I will probably just kind of try to open up a chest and stuff like that for him. Oh, more strength for Kevin. He does not learn his spells because he is a Bashkar and does not learn any spells. So there's that. You remember the Tales of Fantasia run? The narration of the story was very good. Thank you, I appreciate that. So yeah, Tales of Fantasia and also Seiken Densetsu 3 is where I do actually, well, sometimes anyways, runs where I like to do full narration of both the game's speedrun mechanics, but also the story alongside it, which I will be, by the way, doing for the speedrunning marathon, Sanathon, to benefit a, let's say, friend in need, which is going to happen on Saturday evening for most people around here. It is actually going to be Sunday morning for me, because I'm currently actually sitting in Japan over here. The moon coin. Actually, yeah, that's oddly fitting, I guess. The moon coin. Maybe we should farm one, just for moon. Once again, thank you so much for the generous host, and well, hope you guys had a good time over there. Unfortunately, when he started streaming, I wanted to check his stream once in a while. I had to start doing other stuff too, and eventually needed to start streaming. But I remember there being something about the last stream for a while or so. So there's that. So also, once, just in case people haven't caught on to that yet, please, in general, keep the language, let's say, family-friendly as a rule of thumb. That is just a general idea. It's, if something slips out, whatever. It's okay once in a while. However, that is just kind of the idea of it, to keep it in line with what I like to have as a stream. For the most part, it is kind of relax and chill, lean back and enjoy the show. On that note, by the way, I'm not an angel either, I have my thoughts too, so... That's why I feel like it's okay to just kind of let some stuff slide sometimes, but still, as a rule of thumb. Just family friendly would be appreciated, thank you very much. So, here we enter the Moon Palace, or the Moon Reading Tower. We are just in the front, and we meet two figures. This is Lugar that we met earlier in the game, way earlier actually, about 4 months ago, because I have not continued this playthrough in a while. Oopsie. And he is just standing menacingly here. Apparently the Altinan soldiers, those lady sorceresses on the ground, tried to invade, and well, they got beaten pretty badly.
Fool, you didn't think you could defeat me.
Splendid, splendid, my dear Lugar. Allow me to take care of these bodies. Please return to the castle. My, what delicious souls do I see before me?
And he just straight up uses the death spell on them. As in, this is a spell that straight up kills an enemy, 999 damage, no remorse.
I'll save this one for my master and his spell. He doesn't have to know.
And Lexan, thank you for the 100 bits, appreciate that. By the way, those little creatures that eat the bits are called rabbits, and they just love eating bits. So thank you for feeding them.
Ah, the son of the Beast King has returned.
You say Carl lives. You lie.
Ah, you, sir, are an imbecile for believing it. But I will say this, Carl's soul was quite tasty for a wolf's.
Ah!
The Death Justice just straight up casts Weak on Kevin, which, well, removes all his power. And move!
Looks like I'll be having dessert after all. Dear boy, you'll be seeing Carl sooner than you think. Hey, not so fast!
Charlie's the little one.
I say, isn't it rather rude to bother someone while they're eating? You're the weirdo who kidnapped my Heath.
Heath is, let's say, Charlie's big friend. She acts like a little girl, but she's technically 16. And she has a guardian, priest, that is called Heath, and he kidnapped him, indeed.
Give him back! What did you do with him? Give him back! Give him back!
Bam! Ouch.
Who the devil? Ah, it's all coming back now. You're the little child, the priest's granddaughter. Yeah, so? He has accepted a new role under the supervision of the great masked mage. He's the number 2 man, and I'm the number 1. No, Heath! No! Noisy little thing, aren't you? I'll take care of you along with Kevin.
Wait, allow me.
When Lugar comes back. I saw Kevin in the forest and followed him here. I'll finish him myself.
As you wish.
And he goes hard, turns into a werewolf. So this is actually one of the most difficult encounters you can play casually. I'm going to use those bullet skills to increase our defense on Charlie, Kevin, and Liran here. And with increased defense we should not take nearly as much damage. But to make sure that we defeat him relatively quickly, I will also want to increase Duran's strength with a Drake skill. Kevin is going to transform into a werewolf and get the power up anyways. So, this guy here, he dishes out a ton of damage normally, unless you use defense up with those items that I bought on the black market. And I actually sometimes can't tell which one is Lugar and which one is Kevin. Kevin also transferred into a werewolf. So, Lugar is dangerous because his spells, or his abilities, just can wipe out your entire party if you're not really careful. Good night, curious of fact. Rest well. So, also in the speedrun setting, this is... Oh, Moonwater Slice. This is the most difficult encounter in the entire speedrun. If you try to take him on with low-level characters that just barely have enough HP to survive his regular attacks. But it seems like he is not too much of a champion now. Because he already lost. Oh, just you wait! And the Death Chester runs away. Into the tower. Where there's the Moonstone of Light. Mana Stone of Moon. Derp.
Lugar. Ah, Kevin, heir to the throne, learning the arts from the Beast King himself. Words could not express my jealousy. Lugar, I would have given anything, killed anything, to have what you were granted by birthright. But for myself, a mere soldier without a drop of royal blood, it was an unattainable dream. But you let it all go to waste, Kevin! All your pacifist nonsense. You let your martial arts training go to waste. I could not allow that. I trained as hard as I could, so that one day I could defeat you. But this is the result. Lugar, you're strong enough. Enough to be heir. Kevin, one day perhaps. Until then, continue training. Don't let yourself become weak. Lugar!
Luna? You're the moon spirit, right? Oh, but of course. I was waiting for you to arrive.
Obtain the power of Luna. Well, she is pretty quick to join us.
Luna, please help Lugar.
Oh. Alright, let's see. And she transforms him back into a baby.
In order to save him, I had to revive him as a child.
That... Lugar?
Right. One day he may yet become heir to the Beast King's throne.
Alright, I'll wait for that day, Lugar.
Yep, yep.
And he's a baby again, apparently. Bye-bye, and he just crawls into the forest by himself.
Is he going to be okay? A baby all alone in the forest?
Ah, animals pick him up and raise him. No worries. Normal for beastmen.
Whoa!
Luna, where's the Mana Stone? It's on the first floor of the Moon Reading Tower. Altine and Soldier tried to raid it a while ago, but Lugar and his men defeated them all. Then it's still safe. Unless Death Chester is after it too. Let's hurry inside.
Well then, that was that. I have to admit this was significantly easier for combat than I expected it to be. And also I would like to point out that Kevin, even though Lugar was basically, well, his deathly rival, decided to just try to spare him anyways. That's how much of a pacifist Kevin is. I like Kevin, he's awesome. And here's the Mana Stone of Moon.
Here it is, the Mana Stone, keeping the forest in an eternal night.
Hey, where'd Death Chester go?
If he were here, I'd sense his evil presence, but I don't. Maybe he left.
Death Chester? Ah, he went to go tell Beast King. He using Beast King. Death Chester tried to get Mana Sword, like Korin Bishu. We gotta stop him.
Let's head for Diori. As King Richard said, that's where the last spirit should be.
Uh-huh. So they didn't release the energy of the Mana Stone of Moon, probably? I mean, I'm not sure whether it's normal for it to be sparkling like that. But the other sparkles on the other Mana Stones looked significantly stronger. And good morning, Krillapan, how are you doing? And we save our game. Let's go. Kevin the Pacifist has the highest melee damage output. He does. Kevin has the most insane attack power. Actually, he has not the highest strength in a single attack swing. That is actually Duran as a gladiator who has that. But since Kevin always swings twice, and by nature just gains an attack power buff, well... Oh, moon coin. Moon coin. Ah, we get a mysterious seed, not a moon coin. Since Duran has no attack power buff inherently, Kevin is just usually out-damaging in anyways. In case you're curious, in the speedrun, you do use Duran as your main damage dealer as well. Kevin, excuse me. Water Moon Slice. Even regular werewolves can just use special attacks like that, deal 127 damage. So those are pretty rough opponents. But no Mooncoin. Your only real regret with this game, outside of the bugs, is that Black Rabbit's only Angel and Duran story. Yes, only Angel and Duran get to fight the ultimate Rabbite boss. Which, that took me ages when I took him on. Unfortunately, I don't think I even highlighted that playthrough. That was after I started highlighting playthroughs. Alrighty, we are just running back through the forest, and we now will head over to the Lampflower Forest. I tried to kill those grey wolves last, because those are the ones that give us the... Oh, that's not nice. Those are the ones that give us the opportunity to get moon coins. Boom. Heal up. It's really convenient to just have a little healer in the party who can heal everybody basically to full, like this. So Charlie is extremely potent as a just support party member to reduce usage of items. She doesn't do much aside from that, but hey, that's something. Boom, boom. All dead. And unfortunately no mood coin. Sorry guys. And well, we go bye-bye to the city of Mintos and head over to the Lampflower Forest. So here's an interesting thing about the Lampflower Forest. Also, let's call Boozgaboo our big turtle friend. Lampflower Forest you're supposed to complete during nighttime, because otherwise you can't properly navigate it or you would not necessarily know where to go through. But if you know where to go through, it doesn't really matter. Alrighty. Boozgaboo, our big turtle friend, is here, and he loves to honk. Honk honk. Honk honk. Until we arrive in the Lampflower Forest. Which one is your favorite out of Seiken Densetsu 2 and 3? Definitely 2 I would say. I really like this one, but 2 just, in my opinion, plays way better. So, now that we have Luna, we can ask her to remove those bushes and we actually can get in here. What's this plant doing here? It's from the Moonlight Forest. Now, let's see. The path opened up. Thank you, Luna.
The Lampflower Forest? Charlie was born here. Grandpa said the elf village diary was there. The forest has to have a secret.
So, as I said, why I really like this game, and some of you probably already know this if you have been here before, this game is really awesome, but the gameplay is not all that great, just on the basis of it being kind of laggy. It looks better than it plays, let's put it that way. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a thing, I guess. In a sense, they kind of broke a few basic game design rules where they take away agency from the player, in that I cannot just press a button and stuff happens. I can press a button and hope that stuff happens, or it might not happen, such as opening the menu. Often you have like a delay of 5 seconds, 10 seconds until you can open the menu, which is why it sometimes just takes quite a while. And more of those enemies get defeated. By the way, those enemies can drop you a item that allows you to get a tree enchant for your weapon, or leaf enchant, which is actually kind of unique in the sense that it is not one of the normal ones that you can buy or even get by normal class changing. You would need to get a specific class change with a specific character to get that weapon enchant. Duran gets 1 intelligence, so he learns all his spells. And he just learned Thunder Saber. That's actually pretty convenient. Earth enemies are generally weak against Thunder, and I believe most enemies around here count as Earth. I'm not entirely sure though. So either way, that Leaf Saber, in some places, or some guides on online stuff, Unicorn Head we just learned. What's that? I don't know. In some places it's described that it is especially effective against a God Beast Later. Obtain the Riot statue. What does that even do? I have no clue actually. Unicorn Head. Let's use the Unicorn Head. Oh, that's a Unicorn Head. That's summon spells. Single target, 154 damage. Not too bad, but the thing is, we hit twice with Kevin and we basically deal more damage. And also the screen doesn't freeze, the action doesn't freeze. The spells in this game just generally freeze the screen and you can't do anything during it, which is kind of why spells are really bad for speedruns. But also overall the power level is not terribly great, most of the time, outside of specific instances. Either way, the Leaf Saber, as I mentioned earlier, is not all that strong. Also, this is the Lampflower Forest. We are actually just following those red flowers. We can also do this during daytime, I just happen to know where to go through anyways. And here we actually arrive at the Flower Garden Land Staiori, which is the land of the elves. And by the way, the reason why Charlie is so small despite being 16 years old is she is a half-elf. And here, someone's grave is here. Whose? We don't know. Hello! Ah! So the elves actually run away from us, and they don't even want to talk to us until we go and talk to the elder. So let's do this real quick. The elder, by the way, is Charlie's grandfather. So Charlie literally has the grandfather of the elder of the elves and also the high priest of Wendell.
Charlie, that can't be. Is it really you?
Yep, it's me. Who is you?
I see. You were too young to remember.
Oh, we didn't know that yet. Sorry.
Are you the Fairy King?
Yes, but why are you here? Has something happened to the Priest of Light? I don't understand. Why would he let you come here?
Your Highness, please, we need your help.
So, that's it. You're the ones chosen by the fairy.
The Priest of Light raised a powerful magic barrier to protect Wendell against invasion. The barrier spell drained his energy, and he has fallen very ill.
So, that's the story. Fate has brought our lives together once again. Leroy and Sheila must be watching us from heaven.
Mama and Papa?
Yes, Charlie, Leroy and Sheila. Love between elves and humans is forbidden. The priest and I were against it. But Leroy and Sheila were so happy. I ended my protest. Then, Charlie, you were born. Sadly, Leroy and Sheila left this world shortly thereafter. They died without any regrets. After that, the Priest of Light took you from this village to raise you in Wendell. I decided to hide this village from humans so that this story would not repeat.
Mama, Papa! Wah!
Oh, I'm sorry. There's little I can do about the priest. The mana is not strong enough.
Then we have no choice but to obtain the Sword of Mana. That's the only way.
Fairy King. Spirit of Wood. You know where? Go to the goddess statue, the northwest end of the forest. Use the power of Luna there, and the path will be revealed. Good luck.
Thank you. Grandpa, and Heath would laugh if they thought Charlie crying like this. I won't cry anymore. Let's get that sword and help Heath and Grandpa. Come on, Charlie's fine now, really. Thanks very, Grandpa.
Charlie, my, how you've grown. Good luck on your quest.
Little Charlie has grown up. Well, at least mentally a little. Her speech is still slightly lisped.
Diori is the village of elves. We've been living in peace, away from human persecution.
Apparently humans really don't like us for some reason. They also don't like werewolves. It seems like everything is the humans' fault as usual. Oh.
Hello. North of the Dampflower Forest is another forest, the Forest of Wonder. On the border of that forest is where the Mana Stone is said to be.
Alrighty, and we have arrived in a new place here. Let's see, we actually can get a new weapon here. I don't think the armor is going to be any upgrade, but I will check anyways. So, here we can get a new weapon for the run. 142 attack, this one is 146 attack, so this is slightly stronger. We can, however, only afford 2 weapons, it seems. So, I'm sorry, Charlie, we are going to get a weapon for Duran and Kevin, and that's about it. You want Charlie's cool hat? Well, you just need to... What is Charlie's hat anyways? Acid Claw, and here we get the... She has a mock cap, so you just need to hunt down some mocks and make a cap out of them. Basically, this is a reference to Final Fantasy, by the way, with the Muggles. Actually, Muggles also exist in Secret of Mana, so it makes sense for there to be mocks and stuff. Let's see whether we have some armor that could be useful. So, also here we do probably not... Oh, there's actually an armor upgrade. Also, there's an upgrade in a helmet. Unfortunately, we can't afford it, so we'll just go on without it. It's alright, we don't need an upgrade that badly. So, also here, hello. The guardian of the wood Mana Stone is Dryad. We elves haven't seen her in a long time. Might you be able to find her? Well, I hope so. Otherwise, we can't get all the 8 spirits. Hello.
I hate humans.
There's probably a story behind this, but we will never know. You need to catch a flight. Don't fall asleep then. Wish you safe travels. I was not quite aware of that. Good luck. Lyra's grave and Sheila's grave. So basically, those are the graves of Charlie's mommy and papa. Rest in peace. Let's trundle on and find the next spirit. That is Dryad. So getting out of the forest is actually slightly faster, interestingly enough. Boom! With the new weapons we actually deal about 10 to 12 more damage, which is really good. Our Bashkar gets more vitality, unfortunately a lot more strength, but that's alright too. Hey Shiva, how are you doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you. Actually it's morning, isn't it? So, this is the statue the Fairy King was talking about. What will he do? We ask Luna for help again.
This is a strange plan. You're right? Okay, I'll try.
And Luna is not a lady of many words, she just does stuff.
Is it okay if I keep one of these flowers? They smell so nice.
Never mind, I guess she has some taste after all. Luna is a bit of an interesting type of spirit. I don't think we know her character necessarily. Other summoned spirits have a character like Gnome is just a jokester and jumps around and likes to rhyme. What else? Oh, by the way, those bees, those are pretty scary. And those little guys down there love to use sleep flower on us, which is slightly irritating because, well, Kevin then just goes to bed instead of fighting on. Ooh, chest. Let's get the chest. And we get another dried statue. Let's actually get the dried statue out of our stash and see what it does. I'm really curious about that dried statue. Where is it? By the way, this is alphabetically ordered, as you can see. It's just not in English. It's alphabetically ordered in Japanese. Greetings, Metal Bear. How are you doing? Oh boy. Oops. Hey, that sounds nice, Shiva. Sounds good. Good luck with that. I was just pressing start here out of habit from Wizardry, by the way, which in Wizardry, pressing start saves your game. And I'm so used to just saving my game everywhere, well, that doesn't work in this. Hey, another chest. Bonk. Popcorn chocolate. Let's actually see what the Dryad statue does if we use it. Let's use it with Charlie in case it's an interesting spell. Dryad statue, become transparent. A single target ally spell. Let's use this on the boss. Apparently that's a buff or so. Greetings to you, Metal Bear. Will I play all characters? Technically speaking, after this playthrough, I will have played all characters. So in a sense, yes, but not today. Also, Kevin transformed back into his regular form, which means nighttime is over. And here's a lady bee. So, oh, lady bee actually dropped us something. Let's see what it is. Creepy grass. Alrighty, before we go one screen further up, let's heal up real quick. Also on top of that, I will get out the Dream Sea Herb, and since it is daytime right now, I will want to make it nighttime. Because, as you may or may not have guessed, there's going to be a boss fight coming up. You probably never need those candy anymore for healing, because we have Charlie now with really powerful healing spells. So we can just put that into our stash. Wrong button. Many buttons are completely different compared to Secret of Mana, so it confuses me pretty often. So, Dream Seer, switch between day and night. Now it's Dryad's day, switch to nighttime. By the way, it is... I just tried to see if I can... It is very early in the morning, but well, no longer. Let's go. Trapped. So this is the next boss. He is called Gildivine. And overall, he is kind of strong. Let's put that statue on Charlie, whatever that does for us. Apparently she's not transparent, whatever that means. So, and also here, I don't know whether this works, but I think Thunder Saber should increase our attack power. So let's cast Thunder Saber here with to run. On Kevin and also the other ones. And also Kevin now needs to get hit by basically anything to initiate proper combat. Also, Gildivine loves to put you to sleep. It's kind of... Charlie's now asleep. Good night, Charlie. I hope you have sweet dreams. This is probably the most powerful offensive spell this guy can throw at us. And since Charlie's asleep, we need to use a healing chocolate here. So, I deal 100 damage per swing with Kevin here. I'm not entirely sure whether this is more than usual or not. Probably is, because I'm higher level, but the question was more in the vein of whether the Thunder Saber did anything for us. Maybe I should have attacked him before that. Also, the run now goes to sleep. Only Kevin stays awake. Just trying to hit that Gildivine boss here. Well, let's actually switch over to Charlie and then just bash the boss here with Kevin with a little trick that is called LR cancelling. Basically what I'm doing is I hold the A button, which is the attack button, which normally gives your character over to AI control, And then I'm just mashing the L button, which means L button allows me normally to temporarily take over Kevin. And that allows Kevin to just spam attacks. Instead of slowly attacking, he attacks really fast through this. And well, it's way better than just regular attacks. Also, Charlie is soon dead if we continue like this. Let's not have her die, so heal everybody. So this guy here lost his poison attacks. And also his sleep spell attacks. This is Pollen Jet, points enemies. But he is already dead soon. This is his spell, which reflects spells by the way, interestingly enough. That also is his 25% desperation spell, or buff so to speak. That he casts once he has less than 25% of his health. So that means he is dead very soon. Magic effectiveness down. Oh no, what are we going to do without magic? I guess I just continue hitting you. Pollen Jet. And everybody. Let's heal everybody again. With Charlie, because Charlie is way too strong. It's yeah, I guess he's not a particularly happy tree. It's more like a Venus flytrap, which just... essentially... well, you'll read it in a sec, what this is all about, but we destroyed Gildivine without too much trouble. In a speedrun, he's one of the more annoying bosses, not even particularly dangerous, just because he constantly puts party members to sleep, it takes ages to kill him sometimes. Victory! Look! Huh? And here is Riot, the last summon spirit that we were actually looking for.
It's right. I'm saved? I was trapped in the Gildivine. It took all my energy. I can hardly move.
So that's why the plants grew so huge. Yep, that's why.
Thank you all. I'm sorry you had to fight the Gildivine just to save me.
Don't worry about that, but please, we need your help to open the gate to the Holy Land.
I can't. The last of my power was drained. I'll be useless.
Not true. Go with us. Right, Spirit of Tree. Have lots of energy inside.
I don't know.
He's right. Stride, please help us.
Okay. Thank you for giving me a chance. I'll try.
So Stride is basically the summon spirit who just kind of is super insecure about everything.
That 8 spirits?
We should ride Booskaboo to the Island of Oblivion right away. Time's running out.
Island of Oblivion?
All the mana energy in the world converges there. That's where we can enter the Holy Land. Using an ancient spell, we can control the energy of the 8 stones to open the gate.
Ah, okay, we go!
Indeed, we go, Kevin. Let's go. Bosses got different battle music. Yes, indeed, they do. Which is actually really sweet. Secret of Mana, you have only one boss battle theme, and although it's really awesome, at least in my opinion, it is still only one, whereas this game has basically battle themes for enemies based on their element, you could say. So we were just blinking or ding-dong, ding-dong, ding-dong as if someone was low HP, but I didn't see anyone low HP. That was really strange. Oh, we are out of here. I'm out. I'm out. If the bee actually powers up, it deals so much more damage with physical attacks alone. But the dangerous thing about that bee is actually when it uses its physical attack that hits all enemies on screen, or more specifically our entire party, it can literally wipe out your entire party. Even though we have proper equipment, really good health, decent stats, so to speak, it can still just straight up kill us. Maybe not quite that extreme, but if we are not careful about that, we can die really easily to that thing. The queen bee is one of the more dangerous enemies, to say the least. Greetings to you, Renacto, and greetings to you, Mindflayer. Hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy the show and lean back and relax. Oh, we obtained a dart. Oh. We can now throw a dart at enemies. By the way, dart is a throwing weapon, which is interesting. Dart. And it deals damage based on how much agility you have. But there's also a catch, a weird catch to this throwing mechanic. So hear me out. The way Dart works is based on agility. Agility literally doesn't do anything aside from increase throwing weapons or throwing spells power. However, there's a really weird catch to this when you look into the more basic code of this game. So essentially what the developers did, they split up the damage spells and formulas into 3 sections. One, essentially, probably supposed to be for each of the class changes, like from 1 to 18, from 19 to 37, and from 38 to the rest, you have different damage formulas. What that also means, more strength for the run, what that also means is that you actually have significantly... Mentality for Charlie. You have significantly less damage once you reach level 18 with throwing weapons for some weird reason. It's actually really obscure. Or more, actually, it's not just your characters, but more specifically enemy characters. Once you're level 18, they have completely different defenses and defensive abilities. So we could actually take out the boss earlier with just throwing pumpkin bombs at them, which is what you do in the speedrun. But the second iteration of the boss, because they just are above the next threshold, you just deal so much less damage, even though there's no real reason for that. Also, we just learned the Machine Golem's summon spell, which is interesting. We just summon Machine Golems from the sky and they pummel the enemies, I guess. Also, I'm still not entirely sure what that does. I guess it reduces physical damage or whatever. Hey Daisy Eyes. This game was your favorite? Happy to see someone running it. Welcome. I guess maybe I should actually remove the speedrunning community currently, because right now we're not running it. I've done a few D-Rust runs, however, for the marathon coming up that I'm going to be running next, or this Saturday. So hopefully you'll enjoy that too. I will try my best to do full commentary in it, both speedrunning wise and also story wise. So we are back at the Island of Oblivion. Now we can finally enter the Mana Holy Land, at least in theory.
Ah, gate! Gate to Holy Land!
Kevin is pretty simple in his speech, I guess.
I couldn't have done it without your help. Thank you for everything. The power of mana has been declining, but I think we've arrived just in time. Spirits, please help me.
Ah, now's the time. I'll give you my strength.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
I'm with you, whatever it takes.
I summon the powers of darkness. I will do what I can.
We're the last. Come on. I don't know, but I'll try.
And the little fairy tries to open the gate to the Mana Holy Land. It grows larger and larger, and eventually we'll be able to just hop right in and get over there. Or not. The gate becomes smaller? I don't think that's how a gate works. Oh, almost.
Almost, but don't worry. Charlie's here watching over you.
Almost there. Try it again.
Thank you, everyone, but the mana isn't strong enough. I'm going to try one more time. Goddess, give me your strength.
Let's do this. Oh, and the gate becomes smaller again. No, come on, fairy, you can do it. Oh. And all of a sudden, it opens up fully. Yay! Complete! However, we can fly into that thing. Yay!
Wait, no! It wasn't me! I didn't do anything!
The gate opened itself?
This could only mean the energy from the mana stones has been released. Their power combined with mine. That's why the gate rose up into the sky.
Wait, what?
A soap bubble.
I guess so. And here we have an airship. This is the airship from the Altinan Kingdom. From the frozen wastes, the Ryzen airship. And I guess they were ready for the gate to open, because they are immediately here. This game is quite the pretty game for the SNES. It is. It is a very, very, very late SNES game, actually. But it is pretty impressive, technologically speaking. And also from the looks, it's amazing. Look out! Oh, holy smokes, they just bombard us. That's not nice.
What? Who there?
Thanks to the spirits, we were finally able to release the energy from the mana stones. Now we can fly the Gigantis into the gate. Oh, by the way, here's a present from me. Boom. Korn is the Crimson Wizard that invaded Forsina. Not a nice guy.
My dear Beast King and Beastmen, the gate to the Holy Land is open. This is our chance to take the Sword of Mana and crush the savage humans once and for all. Don't you agree, my lord?
Do as you see fit.
That's what I like to hear. My dear Beastmen, let us now disembark. A new era for the Beast Kingdom is nigh at hand.
And it looks like the Beastmen were ready as well. Instead of an airship, they fly with gigantic eagles. Also, it looks like the Death Chester might not be quite comfortable with this method of transportation. But I guess it works anyways. So Light Square didn't feel like translating into English. It's more like, basically the Nintendo 64 was almost released at the point, or it would have been released at the point where this game would have been translated into different languages, so it was just not economically worth it, which is understandable. Jagan, what's wrong?
The gate to the Holy Land has opened ahead of schedule. I trust everything is ready.
What do you mean? Of course we are ready. How is the Dark Prince doing?
Not well, I'm afraid. He passed away in his attempt to open the gate himself.
He passed away? Yeah, I guess you could say he's not doing well. I see. Then everything is according to plan. I've prepared an airship to enter the gate. If we don't succeed, then we'll never be able to revive the Dark Prince. Or the Underworld. Thank you, Dark Ideal. And rest well and sleep well. Take care. And apparently the Thief Guild of Navarre has an airship with balloons as the transportation vessel. I guess it works. So, hooray. It's daytime already now. I guess they knocked us out. Is everyone okay?
No! We follow! Can't let them get the sword!
But the door, it's up there in the clouds. I've heard of a creature that lives at the peak of the highest mountain. The father of the winged ones. Legend has it the goddess herself wrote this creature's back.
Highest? Ah, not a very high place, Mother told me. We go to Rolanti!
Well, I guess Kevin knows exactly where to go, and well, I guess we go to Rolanti. Sounds like a plan. Also, I would like to point out, this is the last time we call our friend Booskaboo the gigantic turtle. He is really awesome. I really like Booskaboo. Unfortunately, this is his final journey for us. Not in a bad way. He just doesn't... Well, he can't just take vacation. And he loves to honk. Honk honk. Whenever I press the A button, it honks, by the way. And the world is still shaped like a donut, which is why we can swim around the entire thing and actually eventually arrive in Rolanti, which is right over here. And not joking about the donut shape, otherwise a square doesn't fit onto a globe anyways. So, bye bye Booskapu! Until later. Path to the heavens. Every single time we've basically moved through the path to the heavens, it was another seemingly gigantic task at hand. This time the gigantic task is trying to get into the Mana Holy Land, where the three factions that are trying to take over the world basically already all managed to get in there. Speaking of which, that also means we already know that the Beastmen and the mages of Altina are not necessarily on... well, they're not necessarily happy with each other. So that kind of means they're probably going to be clashing in the Mana Holy Land, since pretty much they all went in there at more or less the same time. So one of them is going to win. And, well, let's see how that's going to work out for us. Or not work out for that matter. I'm just ignoring those enemies here. Those are really, really weak enemies. And not really worth our time. If you want to play this, should you play Secret of Mana first? It actually really does not really matter. You can play either first. I dare to say this game aged better than Secret of Mana. Although I still think Secret of Mana's gameplay is better, although it did not age as well as, let's say, a game like Chrono Trigger or similar kinds. It still is a fine game, but you definitely need to take it with a, let's say, grain of salt, because it is kind of old at this point. But I can recommend you play them in any form, in any order you feel like. Seiken Densetsu 3 has more replay value, because you can choose your party out of 6 characters, and depending which lead character you choose, you have different beginning and ending stories actually. So this is going to be Charlie and Kevin's ending story, and this will be a bit different than when you choose to run or Angela first or Lise and Hawk first. So that's that. Hello!
Oh, hello everyone, how have you been? The father of the winged ones? I understand, I'll open the passage. The father of the winged ones is Rolanti's guardian. He only opens his soul to our people. Be careful.
So they just kind of have a hidden path there on the mountains that just opens up some light. Kind of interesting, I guess. Greetings to you, Newster. How are you doing? Tales of Fantasia is another game I wish had seen Western release. Yes, indeed. Tales of Fantasia has a really nice fan translation, however, so it is quite fine. Intelligence for Kevin. He needs to be smarter. Although, he knew exactly where to go, so he's pretty smart, I guess. Tales of Fantasia does indeed have a really good fan translation. Speaking of which, I actually speedrun that game too. I really like it. What's down here? More harpies. Okay, I was curious whether the enemies here that respawn are always going to be harpies, or whether it could be an armor knight sometime. And it is here now indeed, an armor knight. By the way, those knights, once again, they are kind of scary in that they can use an extremely powerful area effect physical attack, so we kind of don't want to see that. I think we should survive it, but I'm not sure about that. Let's actually have Charlie here cast Machine Golem on the Armor Knight. Machine golems! Bong, 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 bong. 176 damage. That's actually pretty decent. Unfortunately, Kevin would just be straight up faster, time-wise, to just bash them 3 or 4 more times. So casting spells is just for fun. Let's put it that way. Sword of Mana is a game? Yes indeed. I actually really like Sword of Mana. It's a good one. Although I have not played it since about 15 years? Something like that. Let's see. Hey, I guess that's...
Look, it's the father of the wing.
Oh?
He's a little small to be called a father. Maybe he's a child? Son, can you fly us to the Mana Holy Land?
Oh, no good. Fairy, look out, he's angry.
Oh, I know what the problem is. You're not a father at all.
You're a girl.
Well, at that case, you need a cuter name. How does Flammy sound? I'm glad you like it. Now, Flammy, can you fly us to the Holy Land? There's not much time.
Alrighty. Flammy agrees, and we fly over to the Mana Holy Land. By the way, I would like to point out that this flying sequence is automated. I do not control this. And Flammy decides to just kind of play around for a while. So the Isle of Avlin is in the middle, just straight ahead of us, and Flammy decides to not go there. It's north. No, the other north. Backwards. Backwards. I guess you can fly all the way around the world, but that's a pretty long way to go there. Thank you, Kelsoff. I appreciate that. And we are in the Mana Holy Land. We did it, guys. Well, let's see what havoc those fiends have done. Or made created. Well, it looks like there's quite a few bodies around here.
Is it the Holy Land?
Oh, big fight. Everyone's hurt. Hurt? I think that's an understatement. We cannot interact with them, they look to be dead. Up. Hello! Hello! Oh boy. So, and in the Mana Holy Land, it's always daytime, by the way. We can never have it nighttime in here. And those king rabbits are pretty powerful, to say the least. They also give 214 experience, which that's a pretty sizable amount of experience we gain from them. And in the Mana Holy Land we have plenty of those rabbits, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to direct your attention to the left of your screen on the stream, where we have pretty fantastic art by Chaz Kwangshi, who created a pile of baby rabbits. When basically at some point during a stream we just kind of got to the topic of, I wonder how baby rabbits would look, and we just kind of figured they would kind of look like baby rabbits with way too large ears, too large teeth, and probably sleeping or eating most of the time. And so this is just kind of the result. Oh no, sorry Romp. Oh, good night. And I just love that picture. I just like to point that out all the time. I'm sorry. Victory! Flammy wants to listen to the fly music. I mean, I don't blame it. The fly music is really sweet too. Jump spin attack. Which, by the way, doesn't deal any damage for some reason. Rabbite Storm would actually deal a lot of damage to everybody on screen, but we defeat them first. I just happen to know where to go through, so I go more or less straight through. where we need to go, since there's actually unfortunately nothing to decide, nothing really to explore in the area. So it just basically breeze through the Mana Holy Land. We have not found any of the alive soldiers or anything like that. So it is clear by now one of the factions of the enemies must have won. Which one it is? We actually don't know. We have no clue. Well, I mean, I guess if you paid attention you might know by now. But where they are, we do not know. Oh, by the way, this here is the statue of the Mana Goddess. This goddess statue flows with the same energy as Mana Stones. You can perform class changes here as long as you have the items to break the seal. Would you like to try? No. Okay then, let's hurry. So yeah, you can class change here. In fact, this is the only place where I can class change after the fact that we are here, so to speak. But we do not have the necessary items or levels. We would need to be level 38 in order to class change from here on out, but well, that's going to take a while until we get there. Until then, we just keep trundling along on our journey here. By the way, those enemies here are the best experience overall for money and experience ratio for a long time to come, essentially. Those King Rabbis especially are really good for experience, but they also pack quite a punch and have a lot of HP and a lot of defense. But thanks to Kevin being the monster that he is, it is really not much of a problem for him to defeat them. Just going to heal everybody here real quick. And we have arrived where we need to arrive. The Sword of Mana. Well, let's go and grab it. Oh, oh. Wait, slow down. Try it again. I actually really like this cutscene. The music is so pretty. So essentially, all the Mana Stone's energy has been released, which also causes the great imbalance between the Mana Holy Land and the, well, let's say human world. And, well, if the imbalance becomes too great, the beasts encased within those Mana Stones are going to get released. And those god beasts we know about, in the past they rained havoc around the world until they were sealed. But, well, they are about to get it out again unless we restore the balance again. And in order to restore the balance, we are here to get the Mana Sword and try to, well, make everything right again, I guess. Because we pick Kevin as our lead character, he is going to be the one to try and pick up the sword and, well, use it for his purposes. And Kevin, being basically such a good nature at heart, I'm sure he will do well with it. And as the music concludes, the Mana Sword accepts Kevin. And he is able to wield the Mana Sword after, well, a bit of focusing, a bit of contemplation. Sword. I did it. Fairy? Where fairy? What do I do? Apparently the fairy is gone. Thank you, Danzor, and welcome. Oh,
I am an image of the goddess of mana. Kevin, hero of the sword, hear me. The fairy has been taken by an evil hand. Please, save her.
Goddess, my precious Carl, please, help me. Carl!
The power of mana is dying. The tree will wither soon, and I will be gone. I can't do anything for you, but I will give you this final gift. My heroes, Kevin, Charlie, Duran, let the mana guide you.
Wait!
And, well, the mana goddess is gone now. Apparently the mana grew too weak and she is no more. And we get the wind drum. The wind drum is to call Flammy, so we can actually ride anywhere now, which is also why we no longer have basically access to Booskapu. So Kevin now has the mana sword. Unlike Seeker of Mana, this is not actually a regular weapon you can use, it's basically just a plot device. And well, where's the fairy? Where did it go? Well, if you have played Sword of Mana or the Final Fantasy Adventure, you may know that fairies are basically kind of the seed for a mana tree if you want to plant a new one. So we kind of need the fairy, probably to restore mana and get a new mana tree, but... well, that's kind of difficult if this fairy is missing. Let's try to find it. Oh!
Hello?
Duran has something to say for you.
Corin! What? What the hell happened here?
Duran, we've lost. The enemy has infiltrated our stronghold, Dragon's Hall, and assassinated our leader, the Dragon Emperor. Now there's no reason to fight. Even Corin fell helplessly before the enemy. I too will soon disappear. I owe my life to the Dragon Emperor. His magic revived me after I was killed.
What are you saying? Who the hell's this enemy? Who took the fairy and killed Corin? Tell me!
The Darkside Knight. Says farewell, Duran. I was once your...
Wait, I don't understand. What do you say you are? Who is the enemy?
Damn it, he's gone. Well, I meant to kill Corin with my own hands. Now he's dead. I defeated whoever defeated Corin, then I'd be stronger than him. I don't care who the opponent is from here on. I am going. We gotta save the fairy too. That is Duran's resolution to just stick with us. So, by the way, this is basically the end of Duran's storyline, since he will no longer be basically involved in the story, he's just kind of a guest character now. Corin and the Darkside Knight were basically his rivals. If you pick him first, you will fight them and face them. And you might also figure out what Corin or the Darkside Knight are to Duran if you play his story. Yes, the Final Fantasy Adventure is basically the first one in the Mana series, which is essentially over here called Seiken Densetsu 1, which is Legend of the Holy Sword. Legend of the Holy Sword 2, as in Seiken Densetsu 2, is Seeker of Mana. Seiken Densetsu 3, this game here, is essentially Legend of the Holy Sword 3. So that is Seeker of Mana 2 in a sense. So yeah, that's the story. Sword of Mana, by the way, is a reimagining of Final Fantasy Adventure. It's basically the same story, but just kind of a fair bit different, which is why I call it a reimagining instead of a remake. Also, this music in here is so good. I just love it. Oh, what are you doing down there? Vizier! Hi.
Our master, the Dark Prince, planned to open the gate to the Mana Holy Land. He sacrificed himself to summon the Mana Stone of Darkness from the underworld. Oh. Oh, I actually never knew that. Interesting. After that, we planned to revive him with the Mana Sword and merge both worlds together. But an unexpected adversary appeared, eliminated the Dark Prince's remains, and sealed his souls into eternal darkness. Not even the sword can help him now. Jagan thought we could at least obtain the sword and merge the two worlds, but I can't imagine what any world would be like without my prince. And I will not allow his death to be stained by this never-ending disgrace. So with these hands I killed Jagan. Now I too will follow after my Dark Prince. Goodbye. The Dark Prince was my everything. Whoa, that's actually pretty dark. I never realized that. No pun intended. Kevin just goes, huh. So this is the ending for Lisa's and Hawk's storyline, if we had any of those in our party. I actually never realized that Bishio straight up kills Jagan if they basically don't succeed, and she basically commits suicide after. Also, this explains why the Mana Stone of Darkness, we could not locate it before. It was in the underworld. Apparently it was sealed in the underworld. And the Dark Prince summoned it to the overworld. That's what he did. I don't think that's actually explained even in the main storyline for Lisa and Hawk, so that's interesting. Well, our final enemies reveal themselves here.
Hey, stop! Give Fairy back.
Oh, sorry, my dear boy, but I'm afraid I can't do that. If you'd like the fairy back, come visit us at the Beast Kingdom. The king awaits. And bring the sword with you. Well, hold in then. Ta-ta!
You... Oh... They cheat!
Don't you see? They waited for Charlie's friend to pull out the sword.
It's obviously a trap. So what do we do?
We have to save Fairy. We can't run away. Beast King, watch out. I come. I won't stop. Till Fairy's safe. Let's go.
Well then. That is how we begin the final portion of our story here. And I'm actually curious where the final section is going to be. I've never been here before. And apparently it is right over here at the Beast Kingdom. Before I go there, I would like to save. Whatever, it's going to be fine. Maybe. Maybe I should save first. Whatever, let's save. Let's just go. Well, we are at the Beast Kingdom now. Kevin's hometown. And, well... Also, Heath was there. Charlie didn't even say anything about Heath being there. That was the grey-haired dude. Silver Wolf and the other wolf. They deal a lot of damage here. Also, here's a weird thing. It's supposed to be nighttime. Kevin is fighting as a human. This is actually really strange. I guess landing here does not count as making it nighttime. This is really weird. Also, the run is almost dead here. Is the Mana Beast also the last boss in this one? No, it is not. The last boss in this one is actually determined by the storyline you're playing through. And there's actually 3 different final bosses in this game, which is one of the more fascinating parts about it. I've never fought the final 3 bosses of this game here. Mooncoin? Come on, give me a mooncoin. Ah, some pocket chocolate. So before I continue, let's go back outside real quick. The reason for that is, it looks like it is nighttime, doesn't it? However, it seems to be daytime. However, as soon as I enter the Moonlight Forest, it should now be night time. At least in theory. So this should hopefully make it a bit easier. Magical Fails now hosting you. Thank you, Magical Fails, I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Nope, still daytime. Alrighty, Machine Golem on the Silver Wolf. I'm actually real surprised. So the reason why I use Machine Golem here is I don't want them to use their special abilities on me, because I imagine they are going to hurt quite a bit here. I want to keep higher health so we don't instantly die. Oh, they can heal too. I guess those are basically monks. 225 health heal? That's a lot of health healed. Once again, I have actually no clue where I'm going through here. So for once, I will be completely blind as to where to go. Those are just two wolves, quote unquote just, I guess. Whoa, he just one-shot Charlie and... to run here. That's actually pretty crazy. Oh boy. Those things are not playing around. Okay, he just cast Heal Light. Those things are not playing around. Those are really strong. 100 kicks. Well, he's dead again. Let me go out here real quick and get Charlie back in. Wow. And Takriza, thank you for the host, I appreciate that too. Okay, only the Silver Wolf remains. Quote unquote only. Bone Crush. Heal Light. I guess the Bone Crush is kind of like a Tech 1. Boom, he's dead now. Wow! I really should not underestimate those wolves. Those are pretty powerful. Oh boy. We can only cast spells on one enemy here at a time, it seems. Let's use actually... here, summon Machine Golems on those guys to try and get rid of one really quick. I think the Silver Wolf was the one that healed, so maybe I should get rid of him first. Also, I want Charlie to keep us at high health. We can really easily die here, actually. Okay. Duran levels up. More vitality and health for you, please. One of them dead. Charlie needs to heal herself again. Maybe I should have gone and saved. Maybe we should just walk through instead. Charlie levels up, more spirit, which means more healing power. And they gave us a chest. Moon coin! Moon coin. Item seed obtained. Item seeds basically give you regular items like round drops and chocolates. Not overall terribly useful. But hey, I mean it's free items. Oh boy, more of those. Let's use Machine Golems on the Silver Wolf. I actually open the menu here and wait a little bit. And that makes Charlie's spell basically be instant instead of having a little bit of a cast time. It's kind of strange. That's just how it works, essentially. More Machine Golems. More Machine Golems. 100 kicks? Oh boy. Wasn't that about 200 damage last time? Yep. More chocolate at Duran's mouth, so he might get healed. Machine Golems! Kill them for Silver Wolf before he heals. Alright, Silver Wolf down. Kevin's strength increases, which is really useful right now. We definitely need more damage here. Oh boy, ha! That's interesting. Kevin now suddenly deals double the damage compared to before. He was dealing about 20 to 21 damage. Now he is dealing about 40. And, well, Charlie did not survive that attack. But she should still get experience from this guy here. Well, apparently that was not the last enemy in the area, so let's just reset this real quick. So we can heal back up. I need to be careful here. Once again, I have no idea where to go through in this area. More silver wolves. And that was just a dead end. We have a bunch of enemies and we are super slow because we are in combat. We cannot run in combat. AI control characters can, but I cannot. So I guess we can go up here. Oh, that's a staircase! I did not realize I could just straight up go in there. Thunder Saber, Diamond Saber, none of those are going to be terribly helpful. Also, Charlie is in real trouble, we need to heal immediately. I throw a Porter's Oil here instead of waiting for the healing spell, so Charlie is not going to die immediately, preferably. Why are you in the front anyways, Charlie? That seems really unhealthy for you. Basically, if Charlie reaches 0 health before she gets the healing spell through, she will heal Duran and Kevin, but she will die anyways. By technically getting the healing spell through anyways. Super Nasty E is now hosting you. Thank you, I appreciate that. I can't see what's in there. Do that Silver Wolf. Silver Wolf can heal, so we kind of want that to not happen, preferably. Yeah, one of them is dead. I think that was the Black Fang. Heal light, 220 HP healed. That's not good news. So Charlie, you don't have enough health left. Throw in Potter's Elixir. Ah, not enough mana left, excuse me. Where am I? Let's move up here so I can actually see where I am. Try to combo this guy. Heal light again. Wow. I wonder if it would be worth it to use more bullet scale on those guys. I'm going to refill Charlie's magic so she can heal again. Without having to use Portal's Oil. So here's also an interesting one. Enemies can... Basically the game can lag... Wow, holy smokes, that's a lot of damage. Basically the game can lag hard enough. 1 damage? Wait, what? Why is Kevin doing 1 damage? Armlet kick. I think I'm going into the door here. The game can lag hard enough that the game doesn't realize the enemy should die. Why is Kevin suddenly doing no damage though? That is really unhealthy for us. Also, it really doesn't help us that he is not transforming into a werewolf either. This is probably the most brutal run through an area that I've ever had. I'd have to say this is more difficult than the other, well, areas that you can run through in other stores. Okay. And those balls don't even give particularly much experience. It's actually pretty crazy. Boom. Ha! He jumps over the railing and then jumps back. Just to hit us. Well, I don't blame him for jumping back because otherwise he would take quite a beating. We'd basically just fight over that little thingy, I guess. Those attacks so insanely fast, it's amazing. Good job, Duran. Victory. But at what cost? There's not even a door up here! Well, I guess we're going back outside. There's nothing we can do in here. At least Kevin is now dealing damage again, instead of dealing 1. I'm going to once again cast Machine Golem on that guy. Restore Charlie's MP as well. Hopefully he dies, because he took quite a beating. So Machine Golems might just straight up kill him. So this is where spells actually have useful synergies, because it guarantees that it actually gets to hit the enemy, rather than us just having a chance to hit him. Well then, we I guess move on. Oh boy. Another black wolf. Water moon slice. That is really rude. And I think a black wolf cannot even drop us a moon coin, which is really unfortunate. I want a moon coin! And we get chocolate instead. I like chocolate though, so that's okay. I'm just going to go through this room. That seems like a really bad time right now, considering how much damage they straight up deal. And this room does not look much better. Let's just fight them anyways, because there's a corner here that I can't take advantage of. Kevin's attacks just straight up missed, or what exactly happened there? Okay, one of them is dead. That's good news. Maybe I needed that additional armor from the other area, not for that other area, but for here instead. Heal light. Let's go. Boom. Don't it, Charlie, that's really rude. Don't do that. Okay. Just throw a chocolate at Charlie. Charlie, last chocolate. That not the last enemy? Nope. We did not get the victory yet. Bone crush. Heal light. But heal light did not save him. At least that works both ways. If Charlie tries to heal light herself while she's already dead, the same thing happens. But this should kill them. Especially if I open the menu now to let the game catch up in terms of calculation. Well, I mean, I wasn't entirely wrong. Oh, Duran is going to die here, unless Charlie managed to get the heal through. Nope, Charlie was too slow. Okay. And Charlie is lacking magic again. This is not a friendly area by any means. Here we can have magic. And Charlie throws some chocolate at Kevin. Not Kevin, Duran he is called. Whew. Where are we here anyways? Those castles here seem to be rather convoluted. Once again, opening the menu for Carly to basically instant heal. Instead of, well, too late. Same deal here. I wait until the game catches up, so the Overalls is not going to heal. I guess he heals anyways, despite being dead already. That's so silly. Kind of the same issue that you have often with enemies that transform into other enemies. They don't realize that they should be dead. They are at 0 HP in 2-3 seconds, but they just don't die, and the game lets them choose that one last action, and that is transforming into another enemy, which refills their HP automatically. At least with the heal often doesn't count. Wow, that's actually an entrance? I had no idea there was an entrance there. Or, well, a passage, I guess, behind the castle. Whoa, holy smokes. Could you please stop that? They destroy us again. Oh, hi. You basically just made a circle there. So that does not help us. And poor Charlie's going to die to this. Did not have enough HP to survive that whatsoever. I wonder whether that wolf is already dead. Nope, he was not dead. I am actually going now. Because this would not end well if I just stay here. Those wolves here are back again, because actually we never defeated those specifically. Alright, let's just walk here. The wolves are not good company. We can defeat them, but it takes out a lot of resources. So the clever move is to just preserve resources and run for now. Alrighty, let's see whether we find anything worthwhile in here. Maybe we find something in here. This looks like a passage through. They're level 24, I'm level 22. Yeah, not nearly as much of a difference as it is in the speedrun. But I'm actually trying to fight them, where in the speedrun you just walk through. And here I have no idea where to go through, so yeah, that's pretty unhealthy. But did I actually say, wolves are more formidable enemies than ninjas or whatever else is in the other place. Those mages. Those are significantly more powerful, I'd have to say. Because they also seem to dodge half of my attacks. As in, like, Kevin is supposed to attack twice with that swing or flurry. But that just doesn't happen. I might consider fighting them again properly. Charlie needs more fairy walnuts. I might consider them fighting them properly again. Once it is nighttime, so Kevin will just also be a werewolf. And you throw some oil in here, because we seem to need that for now. Basically, Podos is the exact same as Heal All, except it's instant. And it's guaranteed instant. Even though I can do the mini trick with the Heal Light here, it's not guaranteed to work. So I'm not really using it all that often. Another one of those. Okay, the round gets 15 strength, so he should start dealing more damage here, hopefully. We get an entire level. Just fighting those thingies. It really helps. Bam! Wow. That guy was already dead, still healed everybody. And we don't get more strength. Because I don't do a stat break in the regular casual, I guess. So we need to wait until a few more levels until we can increase strength of Kevin a bit more. So there's actually a technique to artificially increase your strength beyond the soft limit, where at level 23 I cannot increase my strength beyond, I guess, 14 on Kevin. But if you do a limit break, in a sense, that is not a Nintendo mechanic, you can actually go to 15 and 16 already, way before level 23. More intelligence for Charlie. And more of those. And more of those. Holy smokes, there's spawning just everywhere. Might be an endless wave for all I know. More enemies over here. I'm just opening and closing the menu to make the enemies miss. Which is another weird mechanic. Where I open the menu and enemies just miss because their attack time runs out. So is someone hosting Almagus? What is Almagus doing currently? Is Alnasta? Or Almagus doing something that is worth my attention right now? Almagus is usually doing something that is worth my attention. I'm not sure about right now. Oh, you're very... I see Salmas, fair enough. Yes, Moon OW actually hosted me, in case you're wondering why there might be so many more viewers. I imagine most of them are still over in Moon's channel. If they are still listening and watching and relaxing, some of them came over here to greet me over here. And I imagine most of them are working. And well, I hope they are enjoying the Odyssey. And greetings to you, Grobbly. Thank you so much for 3 ROMs in a row support. Welcome back, and I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much. Oh wow, another Moon's up. Sounds good. I need to watch some of his VODs sometimes. I have to be honest, I don't really know what he usually streams outside of, well, how he usually streams more specifically. I know it's Overwatch, but I actually don't know anything about Overwatch. Maybe sometime. So, apparently we managed to find a healing statue, which replenishes our health and stuff like that. So, that can help us tremendously, just kind of survive a bit longer. Or also, we don't have to worry about dying too much anymore, because they'll be saved now. Werewolves, silver wolves, wolves everywhere, and Kevin is still not a wolf. How much longer do we need to wait until Kevin becomes a wolf again? We could technically just wait until nighttime instead. Overwatch is just Team Fortress 2, but their skills. Well, the thing is, I've also never really played Team Fortress 2. So I would not necessarily know what that's about. I mean, I know it's a shooter type thingy, but there seems to be a lot more to it than just shooting. You love this game, Brian J? Glad to hear that. It's a really good one. Moon is a dedicated variety streamer. He streams a variety of Overwatch content and sometimes other stuff. I know he also streams some Darkest Dungeon sometime. Maybe I can figure out what kind of person he is more in detail watching that. There's actually no Darkest Dungeon. It makes sense. Moon said his favorite RPG is ST3, is it? Nice. Definitely a good choice. Seiken Densetsu 3 is really fascinating because just kind of, it has so much replay value and you can just play it again for different storylines. You can also go different job classes, go different roads, just see what you may enjoy, maybe get a bit of a challenge and choose all the ladies instead of any of the more powerful physical fighters. It just happens that all 3 ladies in this game are not terribly strong in physical combat. The strongest one is Lise with her spear, but since she only has a single attack versus Hawk's or Kevin's double attacks, she's just not as strong. She basically equivalent to the Run. She's extremely powerful thanks to her buffs and debuffs, but that's about it. Oh, chest. Haha, we got a moon coin! Haha, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, the moon coin is here. If I don't forget about it, we can use it against the final boss and reduce his HP by 1/5. I don't even know which one the final boss is, so I'm not sure I'm going to hit that. Stairs down. Where are we going? I have no clue. More enemies. Where are we going? Is this a way over here? Ah, there is a way over here. And we are back outside. I guess I could have gone through here earlier, I just didn't know there was an entrance. It's an objective-based game with about 25 different heroes, 6 versus 6, there's DPS, support and tank. You fight over objectives using abilities and weapons. Alright, so... I see, I think I get the idea. Thank you. It's one of those games that it had a free weekend at some point, Overwatch did, but I kind of missed it. And I wanted to check it out because I have quite a few friends who love Overwatch. It's apparently a really good game. And considering that there are so many people also watching it, I'm pretty sure that there's something to that. So maybe next time I get that free weekend again. So we have walked an entire circle and I still have no clue where else to go now. I bet I can go down here. Is Angel any good? Honestly, not really. So technically speaking, Angel is supposed to be the strongest spellcaster in the game, and that's correct, she is the strongest spellcaster in the game. But outside of specific instances where you can just take advantage of elemental weaknesses of enemies, she's not all that good, because spells are just generally really toned down compared to Seeker of Mana. There, and sit down here, there is. Let's see what's done here. As in, spells have 2 issues. One, as soon as I cast any spell, literally any, like right here with Charlie, the gameplay stops until the spell is complete, which just breaks the flow a little bit, unfortunately. But on the other hand, often it's not really worth it, because I guess for 2 more reasons. One, it's just not that strong in comparison to just physical fighting, although I think I found the way to go, I guess. And the other reason is because often bosses counterattack spells or abilities, and that is really bad for you if they do that. They deal a ton of damage. Did I find it? I found it! Wow.
Ah, hello there. Now, if you'll be so kind as to hand over the sword, we'll let the fairy go. Heath! Do stand back, little one. It's for your own good.
You coward.
Beast King says nothing.
Oh, I fail to see the point of this frivolous exercise. You're wasting my time.
Whoa, hidden entrance. Exit?
Beast King, you just wait.
I beg your pardon. Once I obtain the sword, you'll see. Now, the sword for the fairy's life. What shall it be?
The Sword of Mana was taken.
Good, good. The Sword of Mana. What a charming little instrument. Wait, it's getting heavier? Oh, I can hold it.
Aha! Good sword. No like evil person. Give it back.
Oh, Keith cast this spell. The sword will adapt. Its spiritual energy will serve the power of our darkness. Death is the only true state of perfection. It ends all physical and mental suffering. We seek to bring our perfection to all forms of life. I'm not sure I agree with that.
I see. The Sword of Mana is becoming accustomed to my grip.
What?
He will now commence the third phase.
Indeed. Once the god beasts are weak, everything will die. So many spirits to feast upon. I can hardly contain my excitement. It's been a pleasure doing business with y'all. I look forward to your deaths. Ta-da!
Wow. That's pretty rude.
I'm sorry.
Very alive? Not your fault, but God beast? What do we do?
God beast, it's already gone. I'm going to check on the mana stones. Close your eyes. Well, the mana stones get cracked more and more, and the beasts sealed within seem to get released. Yeah, most of those words don't tell me anything, but that's okay.
The god beasts have revived. Each one controls a different element. If they combine their powers, we'll never be able to stop them. We have to stop them now, while they're still vulnerable. Let's hurry to the mana stones.
Okay, can we go into here? We can. What's this place? Oh wow. It's just... Beast King?
Beast King. For Carl. My son. Such anger, but without discipline. Open your senses. Observe your surroundings before making your move. What? Carl?
Wait, what? Carl alive! But why?
Wolfspup's death was an illusion. Dark magic was responsible. Yet you burned it anyway. You're quick to judge, as always. I later unearthed it myself.
Beast King, I...
Say nothing. This was undoubtedly for the better. You were weak, Kevin, ever since childhood. Perhaps because you lacked your mother's care.
Your mother died when you were very young, Kevin. She never ran away, as I told you.
What?
It was part of my plan to build up your anger. Anger is a powerful tool. With it, you can overcome almost any weakness. Our race was once weak. We had no home. We suffered at the hand of the cowardly humans. Under my leadership, our anger has become our strength. We are now an independent nation. Revenge against humanity was never my goal. I can forgive their actions. But the one thing I can never forgive is weakness. Now you, Kevin, are also on your way to independence. Show me your strength.
You must defeat Deathchester and his cohorts.
I'll do it. Then I come back.
And take over throne. Your will is strong, but you cannot defeat me yet. Now, go. Fight for what you believe in, Kevin.
Carl!
Woof.
I never knew that you can actually get straight up here, where Kevin learns before the ending that Carl is still alive. So this is the entire reason Kevin went on this journey. Because Carl was just kind of... he thought Carl was dead and desperately tried to revive him. That's really interesting.
Woof.
Alrighty, we're out of here. We need to go and fight the 8 god beasts. Well, that's the plan anyways. All of them are revived. We only know the location of, well, 7 of them. This is the Moon Reading Tower, the god beast of the moon is over here. His name is Dolan. Here we have the Molebear Highlands. In here resides the god beast of Earth. His name is Landamber. Over here we have the Labyrinth of Ice Walls. In there resides Figmund, the god beast of ice and water. Here we have the Forest of Wonder. In it resides the god beast of plants and trees. His name is Mistpalm. It's a gigantic pumpkin. Over here resides the Wind Kingdom Rolanti, and within the Wind Kingdom Rolanti you find the god beast of wind flying around. His name is Stangard, and arguably the strongest of the bunch from what I can tell. The Ancient Ruins of Light contain, well, the Light God Beast, Light Gazer. Basically a gigantic fluffy cloud that hops around and shoots light at you. And in here we have the Valley of Flames. In it resides the god beast of flames, Zanbi. And that is all the 7 god beasts we know the locations of. We have no idea where the mana beast of darkness resides, since we never actually found its mana stone. Not even Shade knows where its location is. So, and that's where we are. So are you going to kill the dog? No. Can you keep the dog alive? You got to this castle with Kevin. You played Hawk's intro. You can still go there? That's actually really interesting. I would be curious whether we could go to the other castles now. Anger is a powerful tool. Beastkin confirms this. I guess so. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, however, for now, this is it from me. It is kind of late over here now. I started my stream pretty late because, well, I had to get up at 3 AM in order to commentate on a different speedrun for another marathon. And also lend a little bit of moral support, and I think that went quite well, but I ended up going to active sleep afterwards. So, well, bit of a shorter one, but hopefully you enjoyed it, hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. And once again, shoutouts to Moon for the generous host, and all the Moon... what do you call yourself? I don't even know. The wolf people? I don't know. I like moons. The moon people. Is that a bad word? Whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed that too. Hope you had a chill evening, relaxing night, whatever morning it might be for you, or day. And yeah, well, maybe until next time. Take care everybody, and see you sometime other. The Moonians! Almost like onions?